This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I will be playing the Mothership role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is called Orphans. It was written by Luke Gehring, and it's available from Tuesday Night Games. Julian Arbaugh is our game warden, and this is a one-shot. Before we begin, I want to mention that most of our funding comes through our Patreon site. Your generous support helps us to pay for our website, our club space, and everything that goes into our video production. It's your support that keeps us going. There's a QR code on the screen and a link in the description. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Julian?
Thank you, Thom. Okay, so you guys have decided to leave your jobs and to take up a new profession as independent acquisition specialists. Some people call you mercenaries, but you tend to frown at that kind of label. You're just starting out. You've got a little ship that's yours. The payments are almost affordable, and you're trying to make your way in the world of mercenary type work. And you've been contacted by a couple, the Mr. and Mrs. Horowitz, and they meet you at your favorite dive bar in the back at a table, and they lay out a proposition to you guys. And they ask you, could you please find our kids? We've spent the last few years spending a lot of money trying to find out what happened to them, where they went, and we've gotten a lead that they have managed to find their way to Immune Station. We don't know how they got there, but we'd really like you to see if you could find them for us.
You said Inuen Station?
IMUEN. I will put that in.
How far away is that, Dax? Do you have any idea?
I do not know that place offhand. So is it a dump? Does the place have a reputation?
It's one of the more outer rim stations. It's a small refueling repair kind of place. Equivalent to a truck stop is effectively what it is out there on the rim.
Your kids truckers? Did your kids have any background in trucking? Is that why they're out there?
No, see, we made a bad decision a few years ago. The wife and I, there was a company called Trisa, and they approached us, said that our kids had some kind of special abilities, some kind of psychic abilities, and wanted to take on the kids and train them up and teach them. And then they offered us a lot of money. And at the time, we kind of needed it. And then as soon as they took the kids away, we knew we screwed up. We just knew it. And we've spent, the last 8 years looking for them. We regret it.
Are your children minor children? Are they adults?
Charis is 17 and Luca should be 18 by now.
So this company has kidnapped your children.
Technically, no. Technically, we
You
handed them
sold them to
over.
them.
We did. We did. We sold them to them. Like, I was hurt and out of work, and we had bills, and the it was just it's a long story, but the short end of it is, we made a mistake, and we recognize that, and um, we're not sure even if the kids are going to want to have anything to do with us, but we still care about them, and we want you to see if you can see if are they in danger, get them out of danger, that kind of stuff. Uh, if they don't want to come back to us, we understand, but if you could, take them to a nice place, safe place.
Well, how did this Trisa company find you? What kind of psychic abilities were the children showing?
I, as far as I'm concerned, they weren't showing anything. Like we don't know. We're not even sure how Trison found us. Um, we're really confused about that. But they were absolutely convinced that they had some kind of psionic psychic abilities and wanted to help the kids develop it. But I got
So by my calculations with the distance to Nun Station, that's a base rate of 370,211 credits. Plus, they're going to probably want something if you want us to buy your kids back.
Well, I don't think the kids are with Trison. We got the impression from our contact that we paid off that the kids actually showed up at Imian Station on a luxury life raft.
Oh, okay. So you just want us to retrieve them. Um,
Yes.
Mimi, do you know what our markup is on that? 'Cause we are mercenaries after all.
Well, I would say at least 150.
Okay.
And the two of these people are starting to sweat at the money that you're talking about.
Yeah,
So is
we're
this, please, RP, go ahead.
we're talking 520,000 credits.
Um, could we set up like a payment plan with you guys? Like,
It's also going to matter. I mean, if the kids showed up on some kind of luxury craft, maybe there's going to be a higher back end on this with the kids. If they're resistant, that's one issue. If they're eager, that's another issue, right? So it's hard to say exactly until we get out there and figure it out. Is this Tricep group? Are they like? Is it a cult related kind of situation? Where are they based? What did they take the kids to a facility and the kids left after that, or what?
yeah, we Trison is like a biomedical research group, um, modestly sized uh, compared to other groups that are out there. Um, Most likely, they had a facility, or they have many facilities
They're
that
not
are.
infected with something, are they?
I don't think so. I hope not. Our
Okay,
contact didn't
well,
say anything about the folks at Imians being sick or anything.
that would mean additional charge because we'd need to make some sort of a isolation unit to carry them in. I mean, we're not going to say no. We just have to be careful. We don't want to get
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't
space
want you to.
herpes or anything.
Right. Yeah. No, we don't want you to take on too much there. No.
And in the 8 years after you made arrangements with Trisum, were you in touch with the kids for the first few years? I mean, they were 9 years old, something.
Yeah. No. Once Trison took possession of the kids, we never talked to him again. So,
Well, they
and like
might
I,
have a natural desire to find out who their parents are. So,
they
um,
may. We don't know.
all right. So you said something about financing, and I'm not sure. We're not a bank, but if you have any collateral or anything that you can put up.
Yeah, we've got some collateral that we could put up. In the interim, we could go to a bank or a payday loan place and see if we can get some additional monies. We could pay you some right now, uh, and then we can work out arrangements to see if we can pull together the rest when you get back.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Well, it depends on the difficulty of locating them, obviously. If we're going to have to go to extremes to find them, then of course we need money to get where we need to go. But
Oh yeah,
And I
if,
know you might not trust a bunch of mercenaries on this, but the price does go up if we encounter problems along the way.
well, we understand. We understand what you're going up against, and we're willing to take the risk um, to
right,
do
there may
this.
be palms that need to be greased in order
Okay.
to extract information.
Eh,
Okay.
Yeah.
And if
But
you don't
Like I
pay
also,
said, we
up,
can
we
give
have your
you
kids.
very
Sorry, I didn't
true.
mean to interrupt you again, Crandall.
No, no.
no, I mean, they just, these seem like very sympathetic people, right? With a difficult situation, these are young kids. So even though, it looks like you're going to have a little trouble getting all of the fee to us right away, we're sure you're good for it. And we have absolutely nothing else lined up, as you know. So don't push it too hard, RP.
Uh,
Um,
I mean, we are willing to sign a contract, of course, to
okay.
formalize our arrangement, which is something that you could take us to court, if we don't fill our obligations to you.
All right. So my slight assessment here is you've come to us because you haven't been able to find people who are going to do this for you before us. We're willing to do it, but what are you not telling us?
I mean, we're telling you all we know. Um, you
Can you
know,
give us all of your research you've done over the last 8 years? Can we upload that to our computer?
yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Mimi, do you have anything about this Trison organization? Has that ever come up before? It seems like if they're Pied Piper and kids away, they should get a bad reputation somewhere. How much scratch did they cough up when they took your 9 and 8-year-olds away?
Yeah. He puts out like a substantial amount of money. Like it's a good bit. And then he goes in to explain that, well, we spent some of it to pay off my medical debts and things of that nature. And then we've been using the rest of the money to locate the kids, and we're now down to, about 300,000 credits. Now we didn't think that would be enough to hire you guys, but we thought it might be enough to at least have a conversation and get you
Yeah,
get you
it's a
negotiating.
it's a start, right? It's a start.
Yeah.
Not
So,
nothing.
Warden, if I search my databases, will Trisa ping on any other kids that have also went missing or been acquired?
Uh, yeah, you can definitely do that. Trison is a well-known company, so you are able to get information about them. They do biomedical research, and developing that kind of stuff on the public level, they seem to be a very legitimate kind of business. Um, as you dig down into it with some of your database connections, you can get information that Trison, like a lot of companies, run labs off the books. These are typically in undisclosed locations around the sector. Uh, you know, some of this business they don't really want too many people knowing about publicly that what they're doing. And you gather that this what they've done with these kids, the Horowitz's kids, is kind of a yeah is something that does happen from time to time with not just this company, but there are other companies that participate in this kind of thing. They find desperate people.
Well, it sounds to me like they delve into, like you said, biomedical realms. Maybe they're using the children for experimental purposes, developing new equipment.
Yeah, we honestly don't know what kind of experiments our kids were subjected to. We really don't know. Um, we do know that the crux of the experiments were dealing with psionic and then psychic type abilities and trying to develop that aspect of it. And what their end goal is, what Trison's end goal, we don't really know.
But you were unaware that Charis or Luco showed any kind of proclivity in that regard before they showed up.
No,
Anybody in your family have a third eye or some other kind of gift?
no, we have no idea. Um, we we really don't know. We're not sure how they were chosen or why or anything like that because it's very confusing to us.
What exactly were your medical conditions that you were in so much debt for?
Well, I had a lot of work accidents and got hurt at work. The company decided to blame the accidents on me. I got fired, and I had to go to the hospital, and I just racked up a lot of debt from hospitals and other surgeries and things, and it was difficult to pay.
Would you mind excusing us for a few moments so that we can discuss this?
Of course, of course. And
Mm.
they'll walk away from your table and go over by the bar in sight. So if you need to wave them back over.
I'd say the risk and the investment's pretty good. I mean, if they aren't willing to pay, or if we find out that Trison will offer us more money to turn the kids back into them.
Yeah, I mean, the big mystery is how they lost the kids in the first place. Biomedical
Sounds like they
corporation.
escaped.
Yeah.
And that, for that matter, if Trison comes after us, that's what we probably would do, is just turn them back over to them. Or hold them
Yeah.
for ransom. I don't know. That's
I mean-
dangerous.
Well, also, would they not have turned the age of consent where they would have to sign a contract with the company itself?
I don't think that human trafficking cares that much about contracts.
Yeah, but once you lose control of your human chattel, right, you have to pay to get it back sometimes. It'll be interesting to see what the kids say. It's going to be good for a couple $100K regardless. They're desperate, so let's get them to sign some egregious papers. And if they're going to go to a payday loan place, all the better.
My guess is that they'll want to come back because they probably have never seen their parents. We can just feed them a line that their parents sent us to rescue them.
I mean, 8, 9 years old. you get picked up by some strangers, go to some facility, you're probably going to have some pretty rosy ideas about mom and dad, no matter what kind of monsters they were. And they,
Right.
honestly, they seem like a sweet couple of dopes.
Well, if I was the company acquiring children in this way, at some point I would tell the children their parents have died.
Well,
Oh,
maybe.
sure.
Yeah, that's a distinct possibility, but that might make it all the more rosy when we show up and say, "Ah, your loving ma and pa are waiting for you."
Maybe we should take something of theirs with us so they believe us when we find them.
We can take some nice group photos. Might trigger a memory for the kids. What the
That's not a
hell
bad
are they
idea.
doing at a truck stop in the middle of nowhere, though?
Escaping, it sounds like.
Oh,
Um, Mr. Come back over.
Yes, yes.
Do you have a photograph of you and your wife from way back then?
Oh, yes, yes. And the wife, she pulls a little photo album out of her purse, and she's got a collection of photos of the family. Yeah.
Um, yeah, that one's good right there. With
Okay.
the kids, that's good.
Yeah, and she'll hand it over to you.
All right. Shake on it,
Yep.
and then I electronically sign the document by shaking my hand. Mimi's recorded it for us.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
so they gave us all their data, so we have the information about the person who said that they showed up at Immune Station and when. How long ago were they noted?
It was 2 weeks ago.
And how long is it going to
Hopefully
take us to fly out there?
It's actually not going to take that long to get out there. It should take you about 3 days of travel to get out there. So you should be in pretty good shape.
And even if the kids have moved on, they won't have gotten probably very far since they're out in the middle of absolute nothing, dead space.
You
Yeah.
should be able to call ahead too and just tell them that we're coming to retrieve them if they're there.
Yeah, I mean, if they're working at a facility or something, I don't know how else. I don't know if there's an interstellar post-response system where you can just send a message to. I guess we could alert the who runs Immune Station. We should.
Was there any video footage captured? We will need to see what the children now look like.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to get some video footage of the kids um, disembarking from Immunian Station. It looks like security footage. It's not great, but you can get an adequate visual on these kids. Um, they look a little thin, uh, but otherwise healthy. They look like they're moving around just fine. Look like they're interacting with the staff perfectly fine. There doesn't seem to be anything off-putting about the way that they're interacting in this video footage.
Do they speak to anyone?
Oh yeah, yeah, they do.
Do they look disheveled or are they well dressed?
Uh, they do look like they look like they're wearing sort of jumper uniforms,
Okay.
kind of like one piece matching jumper uniforms.
Like they were experiments in a science facility.
Yeah, built for comfort and utility.
Or they might even be outfits that they'd have on a rescue craft if they were.
That's true.
Uh, anybody else get off the rescue craft with them?
No, just the two of them.
And
No.
was there any data input about what they were rescued from? Were they just floating in the inky void, or were they?
Yeah, it looks like the ship they were on was extremely expensive life raft. Like ungodly expensive life raft. Um, and it looks like that they were just kind of on a general trajectory course toward that direction. It's hard to say if they were going somewhere or if that's just sort of the direction the life raft was going.
Now, most times a life raft is going to tell you the vessel it's escaping from, right? Our ship, for example, we have some escape pods and they have designations for the name of the ship.
Mhm.
What's the name of our ship, guys?
The Plutarch.
That's
Plutarch.
promising.
It's nice.
Maybe you can log into the database and see if you can get the log, because probably the log from that station will tell you when the ship arrived and what the name of it was, what its designation was. It'll tell us
Yes,
where it's
it
coming
should
from.
say somewhere in the log who it belonged to.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
can do this research in transit too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting our stuff and getting on
Okay.
board.
Yeah, you're on your way to MUN station. The information about the life raft, it does say that it's a Trison ship, but it does not have where it came from.
So it didn't have a transponder on it. They probably, if
Yeah.
they were smart, they would have gotten rid of the transponder so that Trison couldn't track them. Doesn't that make sense?
Well, yeah, it also
Yeah.
does suggest that they weren't with Trison all this time and are fleeing some
Yeah.
kind of, who knows what kind of torture. These kids could be all messed up.
Well, it's just as easy for Trison to find their ship's log, their life raft's log information as it was for me to. So they would easily be able to track where the life raft disembarked.
True, it might be a
Why-
race to get there.
It could be, but certainly they would know where the children are, unless something happened to the original ship the life raft disembarked from.
So you guys,
Go
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, if we can figure out a way to get a message to the kids to tell them that we're coming, but they might think it's a trap. So maybe it's best if we surprise them.
Yeah, I mean, if they ditched a transponder or something because they're on the run from this corp, we don't want to spook them. What's the population of Immune Station on
It's
average?
pretty small. There's probably around 20 to 25 regular crew members on the station itself.
But they're docking and undocking with vessels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's hotels and bars and brothels and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's like food court, there's some shops. There is food court.
That few people, there's just one really tired prostitute.
She's got a quarter on the market.
I think that's the traveling business more than but yeah. All right, small station, people coming and going, easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And who owns and operates it? Under what's the legal structure out there?
The station is owned by a company called BAS Lehman. I'll put that in the chat for you guys.
That is a good name for a company that just does docking and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the company that runs the station. You kind of know them. They own a few
Yeah.
C-class.
Like UPS.
Yeah.
All right, we're all on board. Let's leave. I don't think any of us are pilots. Or are you the pilot, Dax?
Yep, I fly.
Yep, cool.
So you head on your way, and your trip is uneventful as you go through space. Um, and when you get close to Imminent Station, you can Imminent Station, just kind of describe what it looks like. It's vertical in its orientation, and so there's a big circle at the top, and then it's vertical this way with two uh, places for ships to dock on it. Um, and you can see that there's a ship that's docked on one docking station airlock, and the other one is currently open and available to receive ships.
There's probably a docking fee, so we'll have to pay that.
What's the currently parked vessel look like? That's not their life raft, is it?
No, it's not their life raft. Looks like a freighter.
Wonder if that autopiloted back to Trisun once they got off, or what the hell happened to it. Probably worth a chunk of something, but probably claimed by the company. Yeah, sorry. What's the ship that's there look like?
Yeah, it's a big old freighter that's docked there.
Well, it's good. They'll probably be really busy unloading it.
Is that mostly what comes through the station as freighters?
Mostly freighters. This is a big port for refueling. They also have repair services here at the station as well. So it's kind of their two main things that they do on this station.
We can see if we can get that cracked Bartoflatter on our left ventral wing fixed. Might as well while we're out here. Gives us a good reason for being there.
Yes, we could have that done and ask some questions as well. There can't be too many ships leaving from this station that the children could have docked on, got on.
Yeah.
We can hack into their system once we're there.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna dock and say we'd like to repair that that
Don't
damaged
make me say it again.
flange, bartle flatter. Yeah.
The Fleeble Flubber, it needs to be fixed.
The feeble fluff.
The ventral one.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna hang out in the food court looking for a couple of teenage kids, and
I imagine we can explore that whole station in a matter of 20 minutes. Yeah, more or less. Maybe the kids will be there eating lunch.
I mean, how much money did they take with them on their life raft? What's their plan? Why out here? Yeah, well, we'll find out soon enough. I'll make contact with the landing, automating, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you try to reach the station and you get no response.
Uh-oh. Busy port like this, no response? That's crazy.
No response.
Lights are on, though.
Nope, there's no lights on.
The station's gone dark.
Yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of light sort of on the peripheries, but yeah, it doesn't look like that the station's running at full power.
Uh,
That's damn peculiar.
yeah. How about the parked freighter? Is it lit up or is it quiet?
The freighter's got power. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start trolling through radio frequencies, see if I can get any signal. Somebody's going to be talking to somebody.
Yeah. You start going through the signals and you get this funny pattern and you think that there's something jamming the signals. It's not natural.
I'd like to use RimWise to see if I know a way out this far, if there's a way to sort of trick the system into allowing us to talk.
Yeah, you could totally do a manual dock. Yes.
Okay,
Could
yeah, I'd
to-
pass. Um, yeah, I've done it a couple of times before. You just got to get us close. I'll use the Springer vines to pull us to the ship once we're close. And then,
I don't want to dock until we know exactly what's going on. I mean, you were kind of shitting the Horowitzes about space herpes earlier, but if we got a dead station, I don't
it's true.
necessarily want to attach myself to it. This is
I don't know how
normally
we're going to find out, though.
right. Well, I mean, yeah, things are jammed. Is it jammed with like a white noise? So I can't, so the signal's blocked, or is it like dampened so there's no signals where there should be?
Yeah, it's definitely giving you the indication that this is an artificial jamming,
Yeah.
that you're within sort of a zone where communication won't go either way. You can't communicate out, you can't communicate to the station.
Be
Dax, how
damned.
close can you get us to those anterior windows? Maybe we can see inside and give them a literally
Well, I mean,
a couple of
it's
meters.
yeah, a few, yeah.
So we'll
Uh,
try that to see if we can see anybody inside.
yeah, we just don't want to be orbitally bound, and we just want to stay at the periphery. So yeah.
Okay.
And I want to have a look at the freighter too. I mean, if that's live, normally this thing, I assume it's nuclear power cell situation. So it should also be, is the heat signature down like the core isn't operating?
Yeah, you can do like a scan of the station,
Yeah.
and you get the impression that the station is operating under emergency power.
I'll
Uh,
be.
so life support is probably on. Um, and as you kind of fly by, you can see into the windows, and you can see that that red emergency lighting on the inside is on. So there is some power inside the facility. It's just that main power is not on.
But we don't see people running around screaming, throwing their arms up in the
No,
air.
no,
We
you
don't
don't.
see splattered body parts against the exterior plexiglass.
No, you don't.
That's good.
What
I wonder
is
if you
the
could.
timeline for an emergency power usage like this?
Oh, I mean, it depends on how recently it was updated and how much battery problem there is. If we got video that it was functioning 2 weeks ago and transmitting interstellar, it's probably not been out for very long
Hmm.
and can probably go for a while. And it might just be that their core had a problem and people inside are in emergency mode and not looking at the windows to see if anybody's showing up for a refuel.
Well, that could be, but why are communications blocked?
Right. That is.
I wonder if there's a way we can safely dock with the freighter and then gain access that way. Go across, see if there's anybody in the freighter.
Our ship is much smaller. We should be able to dock to them, and
They,
I
they
would feel
probably have
safer.
multiple ports to do that.
Sure.
Are we all afraid that there is some sort of space herpes that's killed everybody on the ship and everybody on the freighter?
I
Do we
mean,
need hazmats?
as Mimi pointed out, if something's gone wrong and everybody's dead, why is the signal being jammed? Right?
Mm.
Like there seems like there's something more active happening, which
Alien, I mean, not alien, but genetically altered space children might somehow be behind it all.
if little Charis and Luco have developed godlike powers in 8 years with the Trisun Corporation, then they're probably worth a fucking bundle.
That's true. Plus,
Uh,
if everybody's dead, that freighter's worth a bundle too.
well,
Well,
I
they
mean,
very well could be
Technically, it's
on the
salvage.
freighter. The freighter has full power, and certainly the children wouldn't remain on the station with the emergency power on. Most likely they are on the freighter if they are still here.
That's probably true.
We
Freighters
might,
can be a little scary. They're tight.
well, and also, depending on who's shipping what to whom, they might be unfriendly. If that's
Yeah.
if that's a smuggling organization and we board it from the side, they might take
It
offense.
looks it looks to me like a Samuel Hogsworth freighter, which is you know, they get the lowest bids to build that. So it's like a trash heap on the inside. Your Teamsters make a fortune on that because they have to hold the whole thing together. But I don't know. Something's damn peculiar because we haven't been flashed at or contacted, or surely they,
And
if they
there's
can
no
sense
emergency
anything, they'd know
beacon
where.
going off, and yeah, it's pretty weird. Uh, and pretty, and potentially pretty lucrative. So we think that we want to maybe, we could also, I can scoot us up next to the freighter. We can, and possibly we can initiate contact and then be able to get a signal physically
True.
from the
Metal to
vessel.
metal signal.
Yeah.
Well, is it possible to back off from the station so we have communications available again and find out if MUN station sent out an emergency broadcast to anyone else?
You mean you want to find the range of the block?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll just take 2 minutes. We can fly a little bit away from it and see when we start getting signals from homeworld.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely fly out, and it's obviously a very localized source around the
Does
station.
does the signal drop, or since we're moving away from the station, does the signal come in gradually, or does it all of a sudden we're getting, in other words, is it a sphere of no contact, or is it just a field of
Yeah, it's got sort of like the edge has got some variance to
uh,
it. Like you can, as you're moving out, you go nothing, 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 and you start to get it back, and then you get it back fully. So it's kind of got a little bit of a range.
so it's got about 100,000 meters going out. That's a pretty strong signal to block.
And obviously it's quiet from within. Is there any chatter going at Immune Station that we can pick up?
There
Like
doesn't,
other,
yeah, there
oh,
doesn't seem to be any kind of chatter coming this way. Um, this is the normal protocol is like typically a ship will radio ahead, schedule when they're going to get here, kind of what they need in advance so that the station is ready when they get there for any repairs, refueling, etc. Um,
Yeah,
this is
I
a
just had, go ahead.
this is a quiet part of space.
Yeah. I just had that. This is going to sound a little silly, but I think it'll work. I like your idea. Your idea is great about contact so that we can make radio contact. But we've got those Christmas lights from last year up in the attic part. Um, I can rig those up on the outside to make it look like we're a rescue vessel. And that way, anybody who sees us will think that we're just a rescue vessel because something's obviously wrong. Then they might not shoot at us if they're going to shoot at us.
I can appreciate that. I think we
All
should
right.
try it.
Yeah, I'll do that. It'll take me 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then we can approach.
I tell you, any excuse he has to put on the magnetized boots and walk around on the outside of Plutarch, he'll take it. It's just,
And put up the Christmas lights.
and put up the Christmas lights. Mimi, you want to send a signal back toward the perimeter station saying that we've got some kind of subspace anomaly around the Imuan that we're the Plutarch, that, this is the date, and we just, if anybody knows anything, they can give us a ping.
Yes, I will let them know that it appears Immument Station's power cell seems to be unfunctional.
Okay. You can send a signal. Unlike Star Trek, it takes a bit for a signal to get to its destination and back. And but within the time that RP gets the Christmas lights strung up and looking good, you get a signal back that they will monitor the situation and let you know if anything happens. There's no indication of anything that's happened at Immune Station.
Yeah, they didn't get it. We're not hearing that there was an emergency shriek from them 2 days ago.
No.
Yes,
And we don't see
whatever
any damage to it.
happened quickly, too quickly for them to be able to put out an emergency broadcast.
Yeah, you're flyby around the station. You don't see any like scorch marks or they've been
No
fired
damage
at.
or places where the air is all evacuated or anything.
No, everything looks. It's an old ship. It's an old station, but it looks fine.
Yeah, BA Sleeman might actually write us a fat check for recovering this thing if we get in there and
True.
clean this up.
It's true.
Could be
Very
a
true.
lot richer than the Horowitzes. I do. So I'm gonna bring us up to the rear of the freighter. Mimi, can you read anything about where this king was or what it's carrying?
What can my databases find out?
You can read the name on the side of the ship. It's the Corinth is the name of the ship. Looks like it's owned by the Pegasus Group, which is a pretty large trucking outfit that is common for running freighters to and from places around the sector. So,
Well, he has a designation number.
yeah, it's got a designation number on it. You can't pick up the transponder because of the damn jamming, but
Can I find out what their destination was?
not without getting on the ship and checking their logs. Yeah.
I've got the spring hooks that will attach to the side of the ship and make metal to metal contact.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Meep,
bump
meep,
up against them.
meep, meep.
And did you guys want to lock airlocks, or were you just wanting to make contact with the ship?
First,
We're
we
just
just want to
making-
touch it and see if we can get into communication, but then probably we're going to bump airlocks, as it were.
Okay. Yeah, somebody's going to need to give me like a roll, like a jerry rigging roll or something like that.
I mean, I can roll some pilot, and he can roll some rimwise.
Yeah, because we're kind of jury rigging the whole thing.
Yeah, I just have mechanical repair.
Do I think
Roll that. Roll mechanical
Okay.
repair.
What number would that be under?
So it's
intellect?
intellect plus
Whatever
I
it
think
says in
it's
your skills.
15.
And I've got mechanical repair, which is, it's a 15 bonus.
So take your skill and add 15 to it, and you want to roll under that.
Oh, I definitely did. 26. My intellect is 62. I don't know where I don't know where the skill number would be for it.
Yeah, well,
Well-
that's 62 plus 15 is 77, so you're
Yeah.
well under.
I rolled well.
Yeah. So you're able to make a connection with the Corinth and access their logs. Looks like that they were on a normal freighter trip through this area. They stopped by to get refueling, before they went on to the next uh, colony to resupply. So everything about their log seems normal. Looks like they're carrying products and supplies that would be normal for a colony.
Yes, their trip looks mundane. I
When
don't
did
think
when
it
did they
has
get
anything
here?
to do with this problem.
Yeah, they got here uh 4 days ago. Looks like they were getting some refueling done, and they had something going on with one of their bumwitzes that they needed to get repaired, and that's been taking some time.
Good. So we know everything here was normal 4 days ago, not just 14.
Yeah.
They pulled in here and docked. What's the crew on the Corinth?
Fourth crew is a crew of 8. So it's a smaller crew, but it's a pretty good sized freighter.
And can we reach anybody on board?
You're not able to make contact with anybody on board. No.
So maybe they're all trying to fix whatever the hell's happening inside the station. And they haven't been looted or anything. All their goods are on board.
Yeah.
Their holds are all full.
Yeah, everything as far as the Corinth is concerned, everything seems fine. No damage to the ship. You don't see like blown airlocks or somebody tried to open it like a can opener or something like that. It looks fine.
Well, I mean, I figure we better suit up anyway, but let's do the airlocks, get on the Corinth, and then make our way through that into the station. Maybe there's a bacterial problem that we don't want to run into. There could be temperature fluctuations inside. I can't get a good reading because of this jamming. So
I'm gonna while you're getting us close, I'm going to overhaul our isolation suits. Um, they're like 23 years out of date, but we have never had to use them. Just dusting them is going to be a mess.
I am
It's
concerned over the lack of movement. I haven't noticed any since we've been here.
Let's expect the worst and hope for the best.
okay. So you dock with the Corinth, and we'll say you're about halfway up the ship in the middle of the Corinth where you could dock and get in. You're coming in between two of the large cargo holds that are on this ship.
won't get any micrometeorites that way. Nice and nestled in.
Yeah.
If they'd
and-
screwed up and melted down the core, no jamming would stop us from getting the radiation signal from that thing, right?
Oh no, you would definitely get radiation signal if that was happening. You're not
Yeah.
getting anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say, do I have heat sensors where I could track bodies on the ship?
Yeah. Yeah, you could track it. The jamming is interfering with that to some extent. You could tell that there's life signs, but you're not able to adequately pinpoint where on the station. You could just get sort of general locations. It looks like there's a few different life signs all over the ship or the station. I'm sorry.
Well, at least we're not alone here, but it could just be space rats.
Okay. So you force the airlock open on the Corinth, and you make your way into this cargo hold.
And we've got our
Yep. Yep. To your right is the back of the ship. To your right is the front of the ship. To your left is the back of the ship. Sorry. I was looking at myself in the screen and got confused. But it's eerily quiet in here. And
first thing we should look for is an access panel so that
Okay.
Minnie can find out what's going on the ship.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely find an access panel pretty close to the airlock. Um, as far as the Corinth is concerned, everything looks like it's ship shape. You don't see anything wrong with it. Uh, as far as life signs on the ship for the Corinth, for the crew of the Corinth, you're not able to locate anybody.
I want to have a look at the helm of the Corinth and see maybe they've got a radio log that we can listen to before we move into the station.
Captain's
I
log,
also
yeah.
kind of want to see if there's a half-eaten sandwich or anything. Like, did people evacuate this in an emergency onto the station, or?
Yeah. So you get up toward near the front of the ship and you get into the mess hall, and yeah, you do find some dinner plates. It looks like people just sort of left it mid-meal.
But no signs of, chaos or anything like that.
Not really any chaos in here, no. But it does look like that there were people here occupying the space, and they seem to have left in a hurry. They left all their food.
They hurried out to fix a problem or address some situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's reasonable to assume that we're used to working on ships, so we're probably also used to working alone a lot of the times. We're not skittish or anything. So I'm going to, while he's doing that, I'm going to go to where the ship docks to the station.
Okay.
I won't enter the station, but I just want to look around and see if anything's out of place. And we've got communication, so we're not really out of communication.
Yeah, our communicators are working amongst each other, right? It's not jamming our signals.
Oh, they're not?
It's jamming your signals. You can't hear each other at all.
So I'd already walked away before we realized that.
You can come right back.
Yeah, but I so far I haven't seen any aliens or anything attacking, so I'm
No. So RP's going to the airlock. Dax, you mentioned something about going to the helm.
Yeah. I want to see if they received any emergency signals or sent anything out, or and maybe when the last time somebody was physically did anything with the ship.
Okay. Mimi, what's your thoughts about what you would like to do?
I would like to see the last video logs if I can find them to see who was entering and leaving the ship.
Okay. So you're going with Dax then, because that's where you'll find that information at. Okay. RP. You get up to the airlock, and the airlock on the inside of the Corinth looks completely normal.
Does the other one on the other side look okay?
Yeah, you look through the window into and you notice a lot of plant life. Vines growing up the walls.
So I start telling them everything that I'm seeing, and they can't hear a word that I'm saying.
Nope.
Respond, please. Fuck, you guys aren't getting anything? Damn, I've been talking for 5 minutes. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to see if I can find like a medical unit of some sort. I want to see if I can analyze the air. Are there any bacteria, viruses? Is there anything dangerous going on?
Yeah, there is a medical unit here on the Corinth that you can go to. So while you're making the trip there, the other two, you get to the helm. You open the door to the helm, and it's a pretty good-sized space. And you find two bodies lying on the floor. One is in the helm seat. Both have been shot in the head.
Columbus, we've got corpses. Columbus?
I believe our communications are also being blocked, as my heat sensors could not detect exactly where life was coming from on the ship.
All right. Well, yeah, I get it. We should go and we should stick together then. So we're going to be able to talk to each other with our helmets touching, basically. Um, this ship's life support's on, so these bodies will be decaying at Earth-like rates. How long has it been since they got gacked? They're cold? Are they stiff?
Um, it does not look like they've been dead very long.
Oh, fuck. We should go after them right away,
They
Mimi.
haven't been dead for 4 days.
No.
They haven't been dead for 5 hours?
You would
Is the
hazard a
blood pooling?
guess. You would hazard a guess less than a day,
Uh-huh.
maybe a day ish.
No rigor mortis yet. No.
No.
Yeah, so we've got, and can I, what did they get shot with? Is it clear? Was it
Oh,
laser
yeah.
blast? Was it a projectile?
No, these are squash rounds. So they're the kind of rounds you would use inside a ship or a station so that you don't puncture the hull.
Right.
Like a
Did they
PPG.
shoot each other?
No. It
Do
looks
either
like
of them?
the way they're positioned, it looks like that they were trying to make their way to the helm to get out. That's kind of what you're visualizing the scene.
All right. Well, I want more information from this, but we should go and get Doc's RP first because we don't know if there's actively somebody popping off.
Yes, this happened very recently. I would say they are probably still on the ship.
Oh, you think they're on the Corinth or in the station?
Mm. Seeing how the freighter has power and the station does not, they would most likely remain on the ship.
Well, if the shooter killed these crew members, and we could probably get, well, let's go get RP, right? Before we can investigate this once he doesn't know that there's dead people here, intentionally dead people. And if they were trying to get the hell out and somebody wanted to stop them, then we probably want to get the hell out, which means we should go and get him.
From
And as soon as
analyzing their, like, using my Android abilities, analyzing the angles of the shots, can I tell about what height the shooter would have had to have been?
Um, it's kind of hard to say. It does look like that they were shot from behind. Um, you would guess that whoever did this was average height, like average height of an adult.
Which the kids could be. I mean, they're, you know,
Yeah.
matured. Yeah, let's get RP and then come back and figure out what happened here.
So
And-
as soon as I can establish that there's no diseases, uh-oh, did we lose? Oh, you're still yelling for RP.
No.
Yeah.
I thought your sound went out.
Sorry.
As soon as I can establish that there's no harmful bacteria or viruses in the air, then I am going to head towards the helm because that's where they said they were going to go.
Yeah.
So they'll
Yeah.
probably meet me.
Okay. Yeah, inside the Corinth, everything checks out. Environmentals are fine.
So as soon as I see them, I'm going to this. The air is apparently fine, so you can.
Yeah,
Take
the
off
air's
your-
fine. The quantity of handheld weapons is not. We've got 2 crew members dead, intentionally dead in the helm.
Oh, you found someone.
Yeah, we found some remains.
I
And
found something too.
Yeah.
I looked through the airlock into the other into the station, and there are plants growing everywhere. I mean, like up the walls, vines. It's really weird. So I think if we go in there, we need to put our masks back on.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
very interesting, as I have ecology in my skill set.
Yeah, they shouldn't have plants growing in there. They
mean,
probably
there's-
have a little hydroponics lab, but it's
Right.
nowhere near the dock.
yeah, there's a place for growth on a interstellar vessel and it's not everywhere. For one thing, you don't want to, over oxygenate your air. All right. Well, I want
Plants would die
to.
anyway. They wouldn't be getting enough carbon dioxide to live.
Well, and
Well,
also,
perhaps an
suppose.
alien life form is on the station that requires more oxygen.
Jesus Christ, would you have any evidence of actual aliens?
Well, we have hostels. I don't know if they're alien or not. They do seem to be of average height, though.
Well, I think that at least at this point, we've only got other humans or a couple of enhanced humans.
If they even are. I mean, assuming that the Tri-Sun people weren't just bullshitting the Horowitzes, which. Uh, so I'd like to. The two dead crew members are going to have some kind of identifying thing, and there's going to be some roster on the Corinth about who the 8 crew were. I'd like to put names to these two.
Okay.
I'll help you out.
Yeah. Yeah, these are 2 members of the Corinth. You've got C. James and R. Roberts as the 2 crew members. I should probably write that down.
James or Roberts. And what were they? Were they pilots? Were they
Yeah,
techies?
One of them was a pilot, one of them was an engineer.
And and it looks to me like they were trying to get the hell out of here without the rest of their crew, which means panic.
Or the others were already deceased.
Or somewhere else on the ship. Wouldn't you need some people down in engineering and stuff to get this big giant freighter moving?
Yes, why would the head engineer be in the helm?
Well, he might be able to control part of it from up there, but
yeah,
you still need crew.
All right. Do we want to ascertain whether all of the Corinth crew members are somewhere on the freighter, presumably deceased, or do we want to proceed into the station and see if we find them there?
Well, I feel that we should eliminate the other crew members as the murderers and perhaps saboteurs of the station. We can also gather more evidence if we find more bodies.
Hey, Mimi, how's your higher levels of hypergeometry? Is there a way we can calculate where the blocking signal is coming from? Once we get rid of that, we should be able to detect forms of life on the ship.
I could try to triangulate where the best location would be to find out how to turn the signal back on.
Yeah. Why don't you go down that way and I'll go this way, and I'll read the signal or the lack thereof. See if we can get a direction.
Okay. So you're trying to figure out where the jamming signal is within relation.
Yeah. Obviously, since it was a sphere and it got less, there's got to be a place where it gets stronger.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, you could definitely spend some time trying to figure that out. And you're able to triangulate to a point just outside Immunian Station. It's kind of like right above it is where this jamming signal is kind of like creating the sphere around.
Gonna look out the windows. I don't see anything up there. It's too far away.
Above it, like at the end of an antenna, or above it hanging out in the void?
Kind of hanging out in the void. That's where your calculations tell you.
Some sort of drone? I don't know. It's too far away. It's too black out there to see.
Yeah. It looks like about your guess 5 miles from the station.
What's a mile?
Well, the station's pretty large as well. It's
It's
I mean,
it's a
what are
couple thousand
miles?
meters.
Uh, okay, that's damn peculiar. So we
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
We could try to fly out to it and see if there's something there. But I think that we're kind of on a search and rescue situation now, where we want to we want to pick up the most machete-like objects we have to hand, since we're not usually jungle explorers.
I've got
But
my squash gun.
yeah, that's good. I want something I can cut through plants with, though.
Laser scythe, something like that.
What do I have, actually? I have a laser cutter, yeah. Yeah, so I
You
say we
can,
put our vac suits on, we get our laser cutters out, and we go room by room through the station until we either find the kids or turn off the source of this nonsense. I mean, we're talking about a really good salvage bonus between this ship and this station.
did we find out what the cargo is on this ship? Did
Yeah, that's
we?
yeah, it's just supply stuff. It's, protein goop for the colonies and some more going back and forth, some machinery. But I mean, it's a big freighter. It's full of
It's
cargo
it's
that they
all
want.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah.
yeah. And you
All right.
guys know that
My
you could get a big bonus if you return the ship back to
Of
Pegasus.
course, it's a working
Yeah.
ship,
Oh yeah.
and we're not into salvage, but technically they would have to buy it back from us because it's our property.
If we find it derelict,
Yep.
uh,
We could finally
so maybe you wanted to make sure that Corinth was clear of other living entities before we move on to the station proper.
I fear it would be not in our best interest to leave the ship without first eliminating other threats.
Not to mention the
plus
fact that we're attached to it, so
and you
we have
and you
no
said
way
the
out of
kids are
here.
probably here. You said the kids are probably here, so
I would think that they would want to be on the ship where the power is on. But if they have, like you said, been altered, perhaps the ecosystem on the station is now more pleasant for them.
maybe their power's not on though, so it's got
I
to be
mean,
getting cold over there.
well, it's running reserves and it hasn't been even 4 days, so
That's true.
it's not like it's doing any other work except maintaining it. And it's not like it's radiating heat out like through an open hole or anything. It's sealed, so it'll maintain for a while. Air pumps, I think, would be the first thing would be a problem if they were canned goods. I assume the freezers stay on in an emergency at least for the first week or something. Yeah, but let's Mimi, if you'll call up a map of the Corinth, we can just try to find the most efficient route to go through it and make sure we don't have any other trucker sickles. Do we want to? I guess it's a crime scene. We don't want to do anything with the bodies yet. How much faster would this freighter go than the Plutarch if we were to drive out of here with this? Or would it go slower because it's big and full of stuff?
It's a much bigger ship than
Yeah.
what yours is. So
Slower
it's
to get going and slower to stop
yeah,
because of inertia.
yeah. But yeah, Mimi can easily find a route through the Corinth and check it out, and you can make your way through the ship. Everything checks out. You don't find any more people on the Corinth. So your guess is the rest of the crew must be on the station.
We're in space.
Mhm.
They were spaced. We
Yes,
didn't
it
check for
makes
that.
no sense for them to leave the pilot and the engineer unless when whatever happened while they were also on the station.
Check and see if all the life pods are in place or if any of them have been jettisoned
All the life pods are
or in
there.
place.
They are in place.
All right.
Yep.
So unless they were thrown out of an airlock, which we should have been able to detect when we flew up here in this direction.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we tell if any components, any of the mechanical parts or anything has been taken from the ship?
As far as you can tell, no, it's a fully operational ship. Yeah.
Yeah, the Corinth's internal diagnostics should tell us whether there's anything wrong. And no, something happened on the station. These guys wanted to fly out and leave the rest of their crew behind, and somebody popped them and then went back to the station. So we have to consider this to be
Hostile.
Or
Yeah.
it started here because the crew was eating in the mess hall. The pilot and the engineer were in the helm. Perhaps the culprits were also in the helm, are brought to the helm, and that's where it all started. They shot the pilot, the engineer, the crew heard, ran to the station for help, and then the culprits went after.
Do you sometimes find, Plumbus, that talking to somebody coldly rational is a little alienating?
No, it's kind of refreshing. You never know. You never have to guess where you stand with Mimi. I'm thinking though that we haven't seen any indication of any kind of violence on the Corinth except for those two. So my guess is they were running, they ran into that area and they were shot from behind by somebody who was pursuing them. And then that person went back to the station.
That's turned into a giant greenhouse.
Yeah. And it's got to be in some way connected to those two kids, right?
Yeah. Could just be bad timing.
It could have nothing to do with the children, as the children were spotted here 2 weeks ago, and this ship docked here 4 days ago. That was
That
a
is
long
true.
length of time.
You are absolutely correct in that case. Yeah. If something was going to happen with those kids, it would have happened the day they arrived.
Well, it could have been happening for 10 days, and then the Corinth shows up, and they go inside, and they freak out, and two guys run out, and they get shot with squash guns.
That's also true.
Causation, correlation.
Is there any indication that Trisa got here before us? Maybe Trisa is the culprit.
So far, you have not found any indication that they have been here.
Right.
Yeah, the only thing regarding that company is that the life raft isn't docked. So somebody took it away. All right, well, suit up, armed and cautious, and we have to stay within sight of each other because we can't communicate.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get to the airlock that RP was looking through earlier. And you open the door. And you could see this really long tunnel which leads down toward the center of the station. And as you walk into this space, it's like a arboretum. There's plant life just everywhere. It's growing out of the bulkheads. You can see some dirt on the floor. It's got some dampness to the air as you walk into it, and it's quiet. The only thing you can really hear is like the air vents. That sound from air vents.
With
Uh,
mm,
Again, if the plant life had begun to meaningfully interfere with the uh, airlock, if it were the air tightness of the station, we'd be able to see that. We'd see steam shooting out into the vacuum
Sure.
and it would be changing the rotation and stuff. So even though it's growing through some in between metal bits, it hasn't actually harmed the integrity of the place, but it will over time. Are these plants common, like recognizable things that we grow in hydroponics areas, or are they exotic in some way?
These typically hydroponics are more for food production, and these
Mhm.
are not. These are
Ornamentals.
ornamentals. They're vines.
The kind of things you'd keep on your desk if
Yeah,
you were
they're houseplants and weeds and all kinds of.
nothing ridiculously alien looking.
I mean, you see some plant life from some different worlds that you visited, but it's a
Okay.
real mix match of stuff. It doesn't kind of go together, but there it is.
with my ecology, would Mimi be able to tell how long that these plants would have taken to get to this state and dirt to be forming on the ground?
Yeah, I don't know if Mimi wants to do a sanity roll on this one or not because it should take months, if not years, to get to this state.
Right, at least months, because I did watch a documentary about
All
how,
right.
yes, can
Okay.
happen very quickly.
It's space
So,
kudzu.
yeah, basically it's space cuts. So you're struggling to, like, how did this happen so fast? Because the footage that you saw from 2 weeks ago, you didn't see any of this.
It looked normal.
It was a completely normal interior. You didn't see a plant anywhere, and now you've got it everywhere.
Can I
As soon as
do
I can run
a
across the,
readout from the air, like what the levels are?
that's exactly what
Yeah. So you can do,
bacteria. Yeah.
yeah, you could definitely do that. Um, you're picking up, so the temperature seems to be a little bit elevated. Uh, the moisture content is elevated. You're picking up some spores in the air. You're not quite sure what the spores are from. They don't appear to be harmful, but maybe
There's
some
there's
fungi
there's
spores.
fungus and ferns and things like that. So those all produce spores.
Yeah.
Yes, I would advise you keep your visors up.
Yeah.
The air quality is not the greatest here.
Carbon dioxide's a little high, but the air is breathable.
And the oxygen's not
Yeah.
too high that if I light my laser cutter up, the air is going to explode.
No, it doesn't seem to be that high. No.
I'm just gonna take a, I'm just gonna just, you know, slash through a monstera here and see that the inside is what it should be like. Cut through a woody bit of one of these things and look at it on the inside.
Yeah, it looks like a normal plant from the inside. Mhm.
Uh, and the
Monster.
red emergency lights are on.
Yes.
Are these things growing toward those sources of light?
It's difficult to say because they're just kind of everywhere.
Uh,
So it doesn't seem to be bending toward any particular light source. It's a little bit odd in
a little bit.
In the
So
dirt, can we see footprints?
uh yes. Um you look around a little bit and you do see some footprints. They are cloven hoofed footprints bipedal.
what the hell? I thought the goats were illegal.
Two-legged goats.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bigger problem with the mutations than the illegality.
Uh, to clarify, is it dark in here except for the emergency lights?
It's pretty dark.
So
Your
where are the plants
ability.
getting their? These plants are growing without sunlight,
Mhm.
which also doesn't make any sense. What are they eating?
Should we follow these hoof prints?
Good is an interesting verb.
All the way to Narnia.
What? Is that a ship?
Yeah, no, it's an old story.
Yeah, again, we should probably move fairly quiet and with weapons out. RP, Mimi, what are you packing?
I have a foam gun and a screwdriver.
All right, so you can slow things down and take them apart.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll put RP in front with his squasher. The laser cutter's, not bad, but
Foam guns are useful.
Do we know of any alien species that would have hooves?
Um, Searching through your memory banks, yeah, there's a lot of species that have hoofed footprints. Um, Not by and as large as they are.
Oh,
These are pretty good size, Clydesdale sized
hmm.
cloven
Maybe a
hoof footprints.
minotaur from the old tales.
I don't like the sound of that. Not since the Great Goat Rebellion of 2029.
Yes, I heard there was much screaming.
It was bad. A
Uh,
little levity because we're nervous.
yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I'll go first because I'm the Marine.
Okay.
best armed.
So, do you want to go up into the circular section of the space station where, like, the office space, cafeteria,
I think that's the
security,
most likely
or
area.
you can also go down where you're going to find like engineering and
Maybe we'll
that
want
kind
to
of
see
stuff.
about the reactor first, right?
You're the
Fuel
Teamster.
refining generators. Like maybe we get make sure the generators are running, and then we can turn the place on.
Yeah.
Yes, and perhaps stabilize the ecosystem.
Mm, yeah, because I think you're right. If there's, whoever shot the members of the Corinth, I think they're likely to be up in the food court or whatever, you know, the Garden of Eden, as they're calling it now. But if we can get the ship up and running, then we can, I wouldn't mind some more light. And, like Mimi says, maybe we can get this dehumidified and dry out this jungle.
Yes, and get the ventilation system working properly again to get rid of these spores.
Get the auto clean robots to start cleaning up this mess.
Yeah. So, Mimi, you can bring up a map. RP, you can lead us downward. I guess I'll take up the rear since Mimi is the least armed.
Okay.
And then I'll send them schematics that I have of the ship.
One level below you is going to be the maintenance bay. There's a elevator shaft, currently non-operational, but you can climb down the myriad of vines that are weaving their way through this shaft. And You climb down into the maintenance bay, and it's a pretty good sized space down here. There's heavy vegetation on the walls and along a lot of the machines. Uh, there's a lot of equipment in here. You can see the luxury life raft is over here,
Ah,
and it looks like that somebody has pulled the jump drive out of it for some reason. You also see two single person repair tugs. And these are little crafts that a person can get on and they go out and they can grab a ship and kind of move it around a little bit. You see two of those in this space.
So the Horowitz kids showed up in this fancy ass life raft. The tugs brought it in here. And then somebody cleaned up the records of the life raft to make whatever happened before they showed up obscure. Is there I'm gonna stick my head in the life raft and see whether it looks like the plant growth in there is older. There's more soil buildup in case they seeded it from within that.
Yeah. You could get into the life raft, and this thing is just opulent in its construction on the inside. There's leathers.
You can sleep in these seats for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, it's superb comfort. You would hazard a guess this thing could keep 6 people alive for a few hundred years. But inside the life raft itself, the vegetation hasn't really creeped its way inside.
Well, this definitely was not the starting point. Do we see any evidence in the raft of remnants of the children or anybody else that might have been in there?
Yeah, you can see that there's some evidence of people having been inside the life raft. There's some people that have come and gone. Like I said, they've torn the jump drive out of it for some damn reason. So there is some evidence that people have been inside this life raft. Yeah.
In terms of previous human occupation, are there little life raft staterooms on this luxury life raft?
Yeah.
Were more than two of them used?
No, just two.
Just the kids.
Yeah.
You know, we might as well pick up some DNA of the Horowitz kids while we're here. They must have left some hair and skin on the beds or whatever.
Okay.
I can use my collection kit for that.
Yeah, if you'd snaffle that up, Mimi, and maybe you could even, while we're going, you know, I don't know if you're going to analyze that to see if there's anything anomalous about their genes. In case the Tryson people did something to them in 8 years that made them not normally Horowitz kids anymore.
If they have a sufficient laboratory, I could possibly analyze these DNA samples, but I'm not sure that it would be functioning with the power stabilization as it is right now.
No. Speaking of which, what with all the plant growth here and maintenance, does it appear to be interfering with anything directly?
Yeah, the plant growth is pretty much in, out, and around pretty much everything in this space.
So the plants themselves might have shut off the power as they broke the circuits.
Yeah, I just want to sort of tear out any root growth from anything that's vital and electrical, et ceteras.
Okay.
I have a question, Warden.
Sure.
The jump drive, does it look like it was just ripped out or was it carefully taken out, like someone would want to reuse it?
Yeah, it actually looks like somebody removed it from the ship, like purposefully removed it. The parts are all there. You could probably put it back together. It would take you
Oh,
some time to do it.
the parts are all there. They didn't remove the jump drive and take it somewhere to use it for something.
Yeah, the whole
Okay.
thing is there. It's just for some reason, and you don't know why, but they took the jump drive out and it's sitting
How bizarre.
on a platform there, and then but
Yes,
it's
it seems
really
like a
weird.
learning project. Maybe someone was curious as to how one of these were constructed.
Yeah, but
Well,
you can't
or
necessarily tell that from taking it apart. You
yeah,
know,
or it's like they wanted to make sure nobody could leave, the way they shot the members of the Corinth crew in the back.
you could have
Well,
just,
we could easily put it back together. If they wanted to make it so no one could leave, they would have just destroyed it.
Yeah, it's true. An
well,
axe is easier than a screwdriver.
we don't have any reason to until something happens to our ship and we need to escape. But um,
Unless, you mean.
Would you like me to repair it?
let's continue looking around first before we start
Yeah.
on crafting projects. Um,
So down from maintenance is engineering. We should
Yeah.
be able to learn something there.
Okay.
And again,
this,
just as I go down behind these two, I'm just gonna, I mean, it doesn't take any juice from the laser cutter to cut through some vines. I just sort of want to be clearing shrubbery as we go.
Okay. Yeah, you could
and
totally.
it's probably too wet for you to catch on fire either.
Yeah, everything seems to cut really well. Um, you as you kind of go down lower, uh, you start to see a lot of pipe work as you're moving down in amongst the vines, and you get into this engineering level. And on the floor, there are mounds of dirt here and there on the floor.
Oh, where'd the dirt come from?
Yeah, and this is Mimi would look at it and say, "Well, this is excellent looking dirt. It's high quality organic matter."
Humus.
Mhm.
Very good topsoil.
Yeah,
Unless, I mean, humus, a good soil is made up of broken down uh, broken down carbon-based things, plants and animals. Is this the crew?
Could 24 people make so much dirt?
Bones take a while to break down, too.
Yes, but the speed at which this plant life has evolved could have
Can I
caused them to break down much faster.
can I look at it really closely? Fingernails,
yeah, yeah.
teeth.
You want to kind of dig down into it
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
teeth
bit.
stick around.
Yeah, you dig down into it, and you're sifting around in the dirt, and something grabs your arm and lifts itself out of
Ah,
this dirt mound, and it is just this dirt creature thing, man shaped, that's got you by both wrists.
I'll fire into
Okay,
it.
that's probably a sin.
That's a sanity
Panic
check.
test. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you do sanity tests? I forget. Just roll for
What's
sanity.
it? Yep. I've
Roll
got
under your
29.
Oh, I'm fine.
I
15
am
over 21.
I am way over.
Whoa, I rolled a 3. I'm cool as I guess I didn't get grabbed.
Do
No,
doubles mean anything in this game?
Yeah,
it's a
bad.
bad
I got
failure.
a 77.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, Yeah. So roll. Yeah. Go ahead and roll add like a D6 stress because you freaked out so badly, and then you'll roll a panic check, which is a D20. You want to roll
That's
over.
that's a full 6 stress.
Oh my gosh.
So that puts you at 8, probably?
And a d20. That puts me at 8. And I got a 9 on my 20
Okay.
side dice.
You almost panicked. You almost panicked. So you're in good shape.
I did
Uh,
panic.
yeah. So this thing has got you by the wrists, and it's just struggling with you.
Which, if it's got you by the wrist, you can't shoot it with a gun in your hand. So I'm going to
Oh, I
try
thought
to
it just
go.
had one wrist. But okay. So it's actually got my gun too.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Yeah,
drop my
you're
gun.
swinging around.
So you said it's humanoid in shape, but made out of dirt?
Yep, it's made out of dirt.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to try to decapitate it with my laser cutter.
Go for it.
Those dice. Um, so my combat, all right, not bad. But 69 is a fail. Over 43 for combat. So I'm
Okay.
It's
laser
dirt.
cuttering toward it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to do it, but it's not working so well for
Probably
you.
I'm
It
standing on
seems like
unstable
that.
ground because it's soil, right? Is it coming up out of a mound? Is
Yeah,
the mound moving?
it's the whole
Yeah.
mound is moving, and you're
Yeah.
you're trying to do it, and it's hard for you to grab onto it. Mimi, would you like to get in on the action?
Yes, I'm thinking that my strength is slightly higher than my combat, so I'm going to try to grab or grasp this dirt arm and wrench it off of RP so he can
Okay,
have his gun hand free.
go for it.
Oh, 17 over 36. Yay.
Okay, great. So you're able to just like take your arms and just swing through its arms, and you just knock its arms off. It just goes poof. So it's a no-armed creature.
At which point I grab my gun.
Okay. And if you want to
And
act now, go for it.
yeah, I fall backwards and I shoot right into the center of its chest.
Okay. Uh,
It's 47 plus uh military train, so and I got a 24 that time. So that's a solid
yeah.
pass.
So you shoot this thing and it just poof into just dirt particles.
I kick my feet and pull away from it, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
How was it able to grasp onto you when it just fell apart like that?
It's people.
People,
Yeah.
people made of dirt?
Well, you saw it.
It was humanoid shaped, but I cannot say that it was a person.
Are there any
Well,
bits and pieces lying around that we can
yeah.
look at and see if they're teeth or
You start
Yeah.
to kick around and you don't find any bits and bobs of people. You do find some more of those squash-nosed cases, the cases of squash-nosed rounds that
so
are
other
under
people were
the
shooting at
dirt.
them?
Yeah.
So we have to essentially treat all the dirt in this place as hostile from now on.
Well, if
Uh,
we are assuming that it is the crew, why would the crew be hostile? They have
They've
been
been
turned
taken
into
over.
dirt.
They might just be instinctual animals for all we know at this point.
Well, maybe he just wanted out of the dirt pile, and we just eliminated him.
We
You
need to
can't get
find.
out of the dirt pile when you're made on a dirt pile is the thing. So, and grabbing a stranger is, rude. It didn't make any noise at all.
No, it didn't. It was just the sound of dirt is really all you
Yeah.
heard. You didn't hear like moans or groans or anything like that.
Mimi's gonna bend
Uh,
down and take a sample of what remains of Dirt Man.
Okay.
if she's reaching for the dirt, I'm grabbing a hold of her to yank her away if something tries to grab her.
If it grabs back, sometimes you grab the dirt and the dirt grabs back.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't talk dirty.
Not yet. So, Mimi, chemistry is not a subject of particular expertise for me. Is there some kind of, should we be sprinkling these piles of dirt with something anaerobic? Borax or do
Well, it
we just have
certainly
to
would kill
salt?
the plant life.
I'm happy with that too. I don't think any of this belongs where it is.
Do you have borax?
Uh-uh. I wasn't even 100% sure that was a word. That's why I was asking you.
Oh, it is 100% a word.
Uh,
I'm not sure these things are living like normal. There's no reason all these plants, where are they getting food, water, humidity? Well, they're getting humidity from the air, but
I
where
feel
are they getting
that the
carbon?
crew was the food.
all right. It ain't raining in here. It's humid, but that's coming. They're outgassing the water. Where are they getting all the water from?
I don't know. You
Well,
gotta,
it seems that the atmospherics are 2 levels down, and
Mm,
I would say that they have been tampered with.
yeah. Let's get a move on. I think you're right about that on both points. Curious to see how the generators are too.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
all for getting the fuck out of here and taking the freighter.
I may grab a squash gun.
Yep. Yeah, there's one there, and you could find some salvageable rounds that are lying about. Yep. Okay. So you heading down to the generators? Is that what you're going to? Okay. As you move in toward the generators, you can hear the sound of frogs croaking. Frogs. Yep.
There shouldn't be a frog for 250 million light years from here. Fuck are there frogs?
Well, the high levels of humidity is quite pleasant for them. I can understand why they would like it here, but like you, I don't understand how they are here.
Yep. And when you get into the generator room itself, uh, you can see that there are some cooling tanks that are open topped, and there are lily pads in the water, and these little frogs are hopping from one pad to the next pad.
well, that's real cute. This is not how we run a way station on the ass end of the galaxy. Colorful frogs? Do they look like is it all the same kind of frog, or are there is it
Yeah,
a variety pack?
they're these little kind of yellowish, greenish frogs. They're kind of cute in how they look. Um, yeah, but they're just hopping between lily pads.
So,
And where did you say this water accumulation is occurring, that there's lily pads?
There's like some like cooling tanks that are in here for the generators. Generators operate with a lot of heat, and so these are just big water tanks. And
that
they
should
got
be that should be distilled water, not rich organic water with lily pads and little froglets in it.
yeah,
So that might be one of the reasons the ship is not, or the station is not running properly, is because the electrics would be cooking this stuff, and this stuff shouldn't be full of organics.
And
It would
Uh,
take a very long time to filter this water out.
yeah.
yeah, it also takes, it takes a long time to make dirt on a plant. It takes a hell of a lot longer to evolve frogs out of it.
Look,
Well, if
I'm
we
And
think
it,
cannot
here.
get the generators running properly, we cannot retrieve the power to the station. So I don't understand how we will accomplish anything by remaining here.
I agree. Well,
You
so we're
could
gonna,
actually,
the habitation, but I want to. I have a wild speculation.
well, you're the one that got grabbed by a pile of dirt, so
Well, that's part of it. Got grabbed by a pile of dirt. The whole place is filled with plants. We got frogs and lily pads. This can't be real. These things can't be 365 light years away from Earth on a station in the middle of nowhere. And those kids might be psychic. Are we being fooled?
It is
Are,
possible that they could be creating an elaborate illusion.
I
that
imagine that something, Mimi's percept system is not like ours. Mimi, does it look like he's got scratches or bruises on his wrist from being grabbed by a pile of dirt?
Do I see any bruises on him?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You could see where he was
Yes, he is
roughed a
quite
little bit.
bruised where he was
actually,
grabbed, but there is
Dax,
also a man at the bottom of that pool of water.
There's what?
There is a man in the cooling tank at the bottom.
what? I didn't see that. Where?
There, in the bottom of the
Do we
tank.
see? Do we see it?
Yeah, you can. When she points him out, you could see him, and you can see why it's hard because he's wearing black and black outfit, but he's
Does he look
definitely at the
dead?
bottom. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, he is not wearing
Fuck.
a breathing apparatus. I would assume his life signs are no longer.
And I don't. Dax said it, but I don't think that there's a way that a psychic or somebody with psionic abilities can project into an android's brain. They're not anything like ours. You wouldn't be fooled.
No, I don't think we're dealing with illusions here. I think we're dealing with something else. Uh,
Insane. This is completely insane.
at this point, uh, option one is we flesh out these coolant units. Uh, Maybe it's a few hours work. We'll jettison this dirty water and whatnot into the inky void of space. Refill these tanks, get the generators going, try to take the ship over level by level. And maybe there's survivors. Or we scoot up the ladder and get on the Corinth and fly it back to the Pegasus Corporation for a fee, cancel our contract with the Horowitzes, and call it quits.
Or we could
Warden,
go up to the habitation ring, see what's up there.
could I I wanted to ask if Mimi could scan the video footage that they had watched previously of the children getting off the lifeboat and speaking to people. Does the man in the tank look like any of these people the children spoke to?
Oh no, no, no. Uh, as you look at him longer, you would hazard a guess that he's wearing like military style uniform.
Any emblems?
Not that you could see from this distance, no.
So then he's not like from the freighter?
Doesn't appear to be. He's got a different uniform. The freighter folks had wore like a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
You know,
Does,
Should we
does,
fish him out?
Yeah.
yes, we should.
Uh, he's going to grab you and pull you in.
Well, he won't surprise us we won't be as surprised. Uh, I'm gonna look for the control panel to drain that thing because I don't want to reach into the fluid that he's been rotting in.
yeah, there's you're able to operate this manually and drain the tank so you can get down to him.
Get out, little froggies.
The frogs croak angrily as
Yeah.
you reduce their lily pond to lilies.
They've never seen a frog before, or a live one. They're cute, slimy, cute. All right, Mimi, if you'll brace me, I'll reach down and try to get a hold of his uniform.
I'll
Double
hold on to
gloved, of
Dax's
course.
belt.
So the two of you work together and you can haul this guy up. And you could see that there's no patches on his uniform. You search his pockets. You don't find any identification on his person. His uniform is clearly military style, high grade military style, very expensive.
So he's too upper class to be stationed out here at this way station just in general. Only two people were on the luxury life raft. So I guess Tri-Sun sent some armed guards after the escapees, and they put him in the coolant tank.
Well, does he appear to have drowned or is there damage done to the body?
Yeah, he does not have any bullet wounds. He does appear to have been drowned. Yeah. And if you kind of investigate his person a little bit more closely, you can see that there are marks around his wrists and his ankles where something like a vine had grabbed hold of him.
The plants killed him.
Yes,
Well,
we must be very careful. The dirt is lethal. Now it also seems the plants may be lethal.
I've been cutting them left and right, and they haven't made a peep so far. Maybe they need to be directed by remarkably psionically powered teenagers.
Maybe they only attack what they deem a threat.
I've been slicing them through. I've been clearing vines between levels.
Do you think they are psychically linked to the dirt and the plants? They may not know that our presence is here.
Yeah, all right. They might know. This might only be happening when the kids are there, if it is the kids, and increasingly it looks like the kids, because again, this guy doesn't belong here.
What if we just collectively think really hard? Hey kids, we're here to rescue you. Maybe they have hours that will hear us
Or
talk to the
perhaps think
plants.
of the photograph that their parents gave us. They may recognize the image.
What's going on here?
Yeah. As you guys are, uh,
How old is this corpse? This waterlogged corpse?
um, probably not too long. You would hazard a guess probably as long as
He's not rotting yet. He's cold because he was in the tank,
Yeah.
but he's
Oh,
more or less intact. God damn it.
Yes, it is harder to tell when a body has been in water, deceased, especially if the temperature is lower.
this all seems like these people all died a few hours ago. That's like we missed the party, or
Well, I
we're in a
mean, let's
pretty
hope
pickle
so.
now.
Do we
Uh,
want to go to atmospherics is the question. I'm not sure that we'll be able to operate anything with the current power supply.
I don't
what,
think we're going to find anything down here. We need to go.
Warden, how long is it going to take us in tandem to clean these tanks out and start the power generation? Is that a 2-hour job, a 7-hour job, a shift?
you're probably looking at about 4 hours to clean it out, get it back up and
That's
running.
that's assuming that the plants don't all just grow back as fast as we. These things must have grown overnight.
Well, we could perhaps start the filtration process and then make our way back up as you suggested and check out the other rooms.
Mm.
What are we hoping to accomplish by turning on the filter systems? Clean the air? These things will obviously just take over again.
Uh, I don't know what's obvious to you. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid. I got grabbed by a
No,
dirt man.
you got grabbed by dirt. I'm not commiserate. I mean, it's possible that if we get things on the station operable, that it'll start cleansing itself, right? You can't. It's a system.
Somebody,
It's got somebody and something.
somebody put a thing above the station to block signals on purpose.
What the hell else floating out there? And how does it
Yes,
work?
Something
all
is
signals, not just without, but also within.
so something is doing this on purpose. And we're
Most
walking through
definitely.
the back door and running into it.
I would still like to put together that jump drive. I feel that it could be useful.
I wouldn't mind the jump. Uh, Warden, how much can I automate to repair things here? Can I just like a, a process that, like fuel, the cooling tanks are compromised and I set up the system to reboot sort of thing.
Yeah, you could definitely set that up, and because you've already drained one,
Yeah.
so you're well on your way to get this thing up and running, um, and get that sorted. So you can take your time to do that while the rest of us take a bio break, and then we can
Yeah,
come back. And
this is a great game so far.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having fun.
5 minutes later.
All right, well, we've gotten this far down. So I don't see why we don't go all the way down before we go all the way up, right? I mean, what if the egg is at the bottom and we just didn't go down one last staircase? Ladder, freightway, gangway.
I always do whatever you tell me, but I also give you my opinion on it. Well, I figure you hold our ship together, so you know what the hell you're doing.
Okay.
And if Mimi says that the odds are 1 in 300 million, then we go with what she says.
So you guys head over to atmospherics. And as you kind of move this direction, this is where you can really hear the sound of the air ducts moving. And you get in here and you can see that there are these large algae mats with mushrooms growing on top of them, which of course is blowing through the entire air system of this station.
That's some bad spore action right there.
Yeah. And there's actually the first living person that you've encountered so far is hiding in a corner. And it's a
You
woman.
broke down for a
Looks like
second there.
she's
The first
Oh,
human
sorry.
being.
Yeah, first human being you've encountered so far. She's cowered in the corner, brown hair, wearing a jumpsuit. Looks like she's mid-40s. She's just kind of hunkered down. And she's, looking at you guys.
Search and rescue. Can we help you?
Okay. Who are you guys?
We're the
Go ahead.
we're the crew of the Plutarch. We came across the station in distress. We're here to help out in any way we can. Are you with the Corinth, or were you on the station, or?
No, I'm station crew.
What
Can you-
happened?
Yeah, what the hell's going on here?
Oh, I, we were just going about our normal day, and I don't know where these guys came from, but these armored men came in through one of the airlocks, and they started rounding people up, and I was able to duck and get away, and they were shooting and all sorts of stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who they were. I don't know where they came from.
They weren't from the Corinth?
No, no, no.
So
Mimi,
it was
did we
another
see
ship.
anything else docked anywhere? Can we go over any visual? I mean, we flew around the station a few times. Is there anything that we could have overlooked that was like a stealth landing object, or?
I do not recall seeing any other docked ships at the station.
How
Right.
long ago, miss, did this happen?
Uh, just a just a few hours ago. It wasn't very long ago.
Are you injured at all?
No, no, I was very fortunate. I've haven't been hurt at all.
What
Where did
about
all
the
the
plants?
plants?
That's RP, by the way. I'm Dax. This is Mimi.
Oh, I'm Tina.
All right, Tina, we're going to try to get you out of here in one piece, and ourselves too.
Okay, that sounds good.
Where did the plants come from?
Oh, hell if I know.
Were they here when the men came or after?
After.
Right. So what we got, Tina, did you meet a couple of kids, the Moskowitz teens
Yeah,
came off the fancy ass lifeboat?
yeah. I met the kids. Yeah, they were fine. A little
Who
bit
you-
odd that they showed up, but we didn't ask too many questions.
Yeah, a little bit odd. So the way I figure it, I mean, we're sent here to get the kids back. Sounds like some serious military contract attached people were also sent here to get those kids. Seems like those kids who have been subject to weird psionic experiments for 8 years have some fucked up plant power and have been defending themselves. Yeah. That makes sense
Can
to
we-
you?
When did the power go out? Is that
Um, it was very confusing. Um, I was running, trying to hide. I came down here, running away from the shooting, and the things got quiet. Plants came out of nowhere, and then everything just shut down.
okay?
So perhaps the sequence of events was the militant combatants came aboard the station and the Corinth, started attacking. The children's defenses shot up, and the plants came after, and then started attacking what they felt were combatants.
Well, and some of the crew were taken aboard probably the other ship. But doesn't that also mean that if the power was up when the soldiers were here, shouldn't there be some hallway recordings of them going up and down the corridors before the power went off?
Yes, there
Um,
should be, but we haven't
I'm
accessed the logs to the station yet.
I'm suspecting that maybe we're going to see that tri-sun symbol on their uniforms. They came to get the kids.
Well, the deceased one in the cooling tank did not have a emblem on his uniform.
Well, you're muted.
I think they might be going in Black Ops style. I am probably not technically allowed to just grab these kids.
Exactly. This was a clandestine experiment done by Tryson Company, so they don't want anyone to know about what they've been doing.
They could have been hired mercenaries like us, but
How dare you? I keep telling you not to use that word. It just doesn't have, just,
Yes, we are freelance.
we're independent acquisition specialists.
Specialists. IAS.
IAS. Well,
Um,
what's your job on the station, Tina, when it isn't under attack?
Um, well, I work on things.
the Teamster.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I do. I do that.
How old is Tina?
Mid-40s.
40 something.
Right, you said 40 something. Mimi, is Tina lying to us? Do a retina thing or something?
Can
Can we do
I
a psych
scan her
college?
with my biosensors? So is she her heart rate increased? Is she sweating? Can I sense anything that would lead me to believe that she's not telling the truth?
Let's see. Yeah, you can scan her and you don't get any life signs.
Tina
And you don't
appears to not be a live being.
what? What? We back
I am
away
reading no
from
life
Tina.
signs from Tina. Tina, I believe you are very unwell.
No, I'm fine. I am fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
Okay, will you just be okay over there?
Tina, how long have you been working on the station?
Oh, a while.
Uh-huh. What's the station called?
It's
Tina, what's your mom's name?
At this point, she just launches herself at the nearest person, and she's just going to start punching.
I suppose that's got to be me because I'm trying to keep you guys safe.
Yeah.
Are we going to fight or can I?
Yeah, she's going to try to. She has no weapons, but she's going to try to punch you in the face or something.
Okay.
So if you,
I'm probably pretty tough.
You're much larger than her, RP. You should be
Yeah.
able to restrain her.
I'll hold her from being able to hit me, and I'll say, Cheris, Loco, we're here from your parents to bring you home to them.
okay,
If you can hear me, because I think this is magic.
so she tries to punch you, and you grab her, and as you grab her, she just poof, turns into dirt and just falls against you.
This is filthy.
Yeah, we should make sure our respirators are. We should be maintaining our respirators aggressively,
Yeah.
and let's get the spores or this algal mat off of the ventilation system. If we burn it, Mimi, do you think we're just going to send too much friable matter into it, or do we have to scrape it off with something?
Burn the spores.
Burn the algal mats so they stop spreading spores that are. What the hell was that? Fuck, I'm gonna roll sanity.
It was a doppelganger or something that
Perhaps the children are
it talked and made
somehow-
sense up to a point. All right, I just failed a sand check with 71, which is not 77, but
We'll just do like a 1d4 on that.
shall.
Well, perhaps the children are able to create the similes from dirt.
with their imagination. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you talked to it then. I just took 4 stress, so I've got 6.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully the kids heard us loud and clear, because I think we presented ourselves as reasonably appealing. I mean, if they got attacked by the military, we came from their folks and we're here to save them. They should maybe not keep sending doppelgangers to throttle us. But
Well, I'm hoping that the military were the ones that made the crew deceased and not the children, or else we have a bigger problem on our hands.
yeah, I hope alongside you, Mimi.
I think, and I point to the dust over the dirt, like, I think that might be solid proof that the kids are still here, at least one of them. Otherwise, I would have guessed that the military came, they got them, and they left with their ship.
Yeah, I concur with all of it. Also, the anomalous interference should be done with if the kids and the MPs are gone. So I'm gonna carefully slice through this algal mat with my laser cutter. I don't want to cut through the material of the ventilator myself, so I'll turn it down to a 3 and just only organic matter swipe it and like slough the parts off.
Easy done. Yeah, you can definitely remove the algae that's over the vents and all this area.
All right. So we've gotten the first stages of recovering the station. Do we want to go down to the lower levels, or do we need to? I mean, the kids are probably upstairs, as you said. I'm curious about seeing the. I mean, the fuel refining. The fuel's probably fine. We can probably go up. I mean, if we want, and Mimi, you want to look at their data, so that's the management sector.
Exactly. And on the way up, perhaps we can start the filtration process to the cooling tanks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I sent them to drains so we could start them to refill. Yeah.
Yeah. And so at this point, you've kind of got things cleared up and they're moving in the right direction. And you could set off some automated processes that will eventually turn the power back on to the facility. It's going to take a little bit, but it'll get there.
Yeah, I have to say, as we climb, how much has regrown of the vines from the ladder ways that we've crossed already?
So as you make your way back up, you get into the engineering section, and you can see that it's grown back pretty good, actually. Um, and you cut a good bit of vines, but this has grown back pretty well.
I mean, whatever these kids can do is miraculous and useful if it's outside of the context of killing us.
Yes,
Hey,
it
I'll
would be
imagine.
wonderful for terraforming a planet.
Exactly. Yeah. Although I don't know what their ability is to create an atmosphere or anything like that, but
I
yeah,
think dirt
these
in under a day, but I
these
can't. I was taking Tina's word for things. Tina wasn't a person.
but it was
But I
someone
don't think
communicating with
Tina,
us.
yes, I don't believe Tina was lying about the militants that boarded the station and started attacking the people. I think that was
Hmm.
truthful.
Tina might have been a recollection that the kids called into existence. Tina might have been a real person at one point. The kids didn't know what her job was or what her mom's name was.
Well,
Did I
you'll know for
recognize
sure.
Tina from the video?
Not from the video, no, no,
But they
but
didn't meet all 24 people, probably. So,
the
You'll,
uniform looked right, though. Her uniform was spot on as far as a
you'll
station uniform.
you'll definitely be able to confirm all of this once you look at security footage from before the attack. There'll probably even be security. There'll be personnel files and stuff like that. Um, I don't see any reason why to go any deeper. Let's go up.
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way back up through uh, the hangar bay.
Never mind. I was for a second. I thought maybe we should just put, just fully vac suit and void the atmosphere of the whole station, dirt and all. But obviously, if the kids are around, that's not
Yeah,
what's in
that could
order.
could be bad. Yeah,
Yeah, there could be other survivors too. They could be real Tinas.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, up we go. RP, please lead. I'll take the rear. Keep your eye out for anything that's moving. And I'm going to continue just to, cut through the base near the root of any plant I pass by.
Okay.
Just don't want them tearing this station to bits by growing.
Okay. So you go through the maintenance bay area and you're cutting roots as you go along and you get back up to the lift, and you can climb your way back up to the upper areas. And as you're climbing back up, you can hear from down inside the maintenance bay um, this sound of footsteps, heavy footsteps moving slowly through the maintenance bay. You don't see anything, but you could definitely hear something roaming down through there as
With
if it were
extreme
following
caution.
you. Yeah, but you guys
Perhaps
are
it's the goat.
The goat prints weren't that heavy.
I don't know
This thing sounds like
They
a
were quite large,
what do horse hooves sound like on metal.
bipedal.
But how
Like,
did
is
it
it
get
is it
down
clank,
there? We
clank,
had to climb
clank?
down vines,
clank,
did we
clank.
not?
Yeah. Not sure.
Well, let's just be ready for a dirt goat man. Does it feel like maybe some of this is part of some fairy tale that those kids were exposed to, and they're just calling things out of their imagination? I don't
Well, I
know.
mean, I assume the Horowitzes are Jews, so maybe it's a golem, but I don't know why a golem would have cloven hooves.
I don't know. It
Mm.
depends on how you make it out of. Should you make it out of clay? Where would they get clay? Clay's dirt.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, well, just keep on our toes. It's loud enough, it's going to have a hard time sneaking up on us. Uh, I do want to take a moment when we're next not in a tube. Is there, I
Yep.
guess there's an overall, the lobby. I guess we'll
Yeah.
make it to the lobby.
Yep.
And, I do think it's worth taking a moment, at least you and me, RP, just looking at the photograph of the Horowitzes and the kids and just
and thinking
saying,
about it.
your mom and dad are real sorry they sent you off, and we're here to take you home if you want to come home. But you don't have to.
They sent us to get you, but you don't have to go.
We're not here to hurt
Uh,
you.
we keep saying their names.
Yeah. It-
We're just freaked out right now by all the strange stuff. We're not going to hurt you. We're not here to hurt you.
and you had bypassed the lobby initially. You didn't go in,
Right.
but you're saying this out loud as you're moving into this reception area. Um, and it's a modestly sized space. And when you get in here, you find two more dead bodies lying on the floor. This time, Imian and Station crew. They both been shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Do the wounds are the wounds consistent with military projectiles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
We're never going to be able to talk about this to anybody if we
And
get out of this alive.
there's still plant matter and dirt all around us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the plant matter and the vegetation is still prevalent in this area. And so you can see them lying on the floor in amongst all of this.
Are the plants growing on the people?
They are not, actually.
So maybe it's not the people that's the dirt person. Maybe it's just another manifestation that the kids are able to use their abilities.
Yeah, I think Mimi named it. I think the kids were being trained into some sort of weird terraforming power. And
they were attacked by the military and they fought back.
Yeah. Then they might be a little.
And the people who were killed by the military.
So
Well,
far.
it's certainly understandable that they might be somewhat unstable. We just have to pose ourselves as not being a threat to them.
Well, we're not a threat to them, I would point out, Mimi. We are on their side. Genuinely.
I say all that previous stuff quite loudly out loud. And I'm going to follow up with, is that what happened to you? Just to see if I get any kind of a response.
Yeah. You listen and you don't get any particular response from anything.
There's not enough power up here. The intercoms are probably not working.
No intercoms are working.
This is going to be hard for us to bill for. Because obviously the Trison people have got friends in high places that are sending these Black Ops types in. And we got all these dead bodies that we can't explain. It was a hell of a situation.
After that dirt person attacked me, I'm trying to think of how much money I can charge them for therapy.
Yeah. Well, again, I think we're at this point we're looking to salvage both the Corinth and all of MUN Station. It's just that I don't know what story we're going to tell that doesn't get us locked up in some black site.
Yeah. Well, if
Uh,
we can, if ultimately we can vent all the gas to the outside, all the plants got to die,
yeah.
and then
Well,
we just take over the station. Say
the
we
fa
didn't do it. Say they did it.
the funny thing is we're so alone that if we just open everything and shoot the plants and the corpses out, they're just going to orbit this station. There's nothing else around. They're going to eventually fall back toward it, which is a pretty unseemly situation.
We just leave it this way and say we found it this way. We still
Well,
claim it.
none of the timing makes any sense, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. Lobby. So we want to go to management.
Well, I say
Next.
we at least move the corpses off of the freighter, so then we can claim a reward for that.
Yeah, we can probably clean up the Corinth pretty well. That's right.
I don't know if we move the bodies, might they think that we killed them all? We got to be careful. You know the way intergalactic salvage rights go. It's like a book this thick. We got to go through it.
Okay.
All right.
So you
Let's
guys
find those kids.
move along into the management space, and this is a devastated cubicle area. Smashed computers, chairs everywhere, broken glass, um, lots of spent squash nose rounds lying over the floor. There's a large door in the back that says storage in this space. You don't see any people, no dead bodies in here.
I'll move over towards the storage door and I'll tap the button. I don't know if it's going to work now because there's no power. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a crank in case there's no power.
Yeah, this is an interior closet door, so it's not
Yeah.
a high security kind of thing. So you can definitely get it open. Um,
And I'll be like, Cheris and Luco, are you in there? We're here to rescue you.
you don't see anything inside the the closet. It's a dark space. Dax, when he starts calling in, you notice there's a garbage bin over to one side, and it kind of shifts a little bit. Like,
Hmm. Uh, I wonder if any of the technology in here is still working or if the evil government agents in black destroyed everything. But I sure would like to find those poor children who were lucky enough to escape. Wouldn't you, Mimi, be able to take those kids home to their mom and pop? Wouldn't that
Oh,
be nice?
yes, I understand. Yes, the children, we are friends to them. We are here to take them home.
It'll be nice to show them their parents' picture after all this time. We've carried it with us.
Those poor Horowitz parents feel awful bad about sending their kids off 8 long years ago and went to any length to find them. Mimi, why don't you see if you can connect any systems that those evil government agents and their black uniforms didn't destroy, while I look gently around for any sign of lost waifs.
Is
You
there
know,
any data I can glean from in here?
no, things are
No.
just smashed to pieces. It's a disaster area.
so I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna move a couch a little bit. I'm gonna slide some, slide things around and make my way toward the moving
Yeah.
inanimate objects.
Yeah, you kind of, as you move things around, you notice that it does kind of shake just enough, and you kind of see it just shake a little bit.
All right. Yep. So I try to, yeah,
Pop the lid off it,
yeah.
and you you hear you hear this man just start screaming, and he's just screaming from inside this garbage bin.
Hey, shh. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's very delirious, very confused.
Slap him. Maybe he will
Yeah.
disappear.
You slap
Programmed
him.
you. Somebody in the 1950s.
I'll give him a proper Rhett Butler slap, backhand.
You slap him, and that stops him from screaming. And he's just like, you know, who are you? Why are you here?
You first.
Why are
What's your
you
name?
here? You're not with
No.
Steve.
Hi,
Steve,
Steve. Steve, what's
are you
your
made
job
from
at the
dirt?
station?
Um, I well, I work in communications here in the
Okay.
station.
Okay. When did communications go out, Steve? You're okay. It's safe. We're not going to kill you.
Yeah, it was a few hours ago. There was these guys that showed up with uniforms and guns, and they started herding everybody together and started executing staff. I hid here in this garbage bin, and I've been here ever since. I haven't moved.
It smells
Who were
like
they?
that, Steve.
Did you
You
know
were in
Tina?
Well, yeah, I knew Tina.
See, she was real.
Yeah. Tina's
But if
gone,
you were in
Steve.
communications, were you here when that ship arrived with the soldiers in it?
Well, yeah, communications went out. I don't know why. I was monitoring the channels, and then all of a sudden everything went black. Uh, and then not a very short period of time after that, they came in through one of the airlocks and just took over the place.
What did the ship look like? Who were they?
I never saw the ship. I don't know where they came from.
Did you see more than 5 of them at a time? We've only found one.
Yeah, there were a good number of them. I didn't get a good count. I don't know. I don't know exactly how many there were. Like I said, I hid.
Steve, you might be the last man alive.
Oh my God.
Did you meet
Steve,
the kids?
The kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are they?
We're not
Where
sure
where
yet.
are them sons of bitches? I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna kill them. They're responsible for this. They're the ones that did this. I don't know how, but I know they did it. They're responsible for everything.
Well,
Gonna
I think the kids are running from the guys in black suits.
Well, yeah, they probably are, and they brought them here and they killed all the crew. I mean, what the hell? I knew the kids was trouble from the first time I saw them.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, they just show up on this luxury raft. Like, seriously, they can afford that? No.
Right.
No, but they can't afford nothing like that. I don't know. It just
Do you know who
crazy.
took the jump drive apart from the luxury raft?
Oh yeah, it was some of the crew. That thing is super over-engineered. They were hoping to sell parts, make some money.
Steve,
Yeah.
are you a psychic dirt projection?
No, I'm not a psychic dirt projection. The hell's wrong with you?
We
Where'd all
met
the plants come
Tina, and she wasn't really Tina. So he's
Oh, well,
uh,
Tina, I knew Tina. Tina was a real person. I don't know about a dirt person.
yeah.
Look, we're here to find those kids. They were abducted how many years ago?
8.
And their parents sent us to find them, and we want to take them home. We are independent acquisition
Acquisition
specialists who have been hired to do that job.
Hey,
We didn't expect to walk into this disaster, but if you know
well,
where they are or if you know where they might be,
I don't know. I mean, I have been in this garbage bin since those
uh,
fuckers showed up a
All right.
few hours ago.
once
Steve?
we have them, we're leaving, and we will take you with us, of course.
Well, if you want to go, I'm
4 feet.
Yeah. Yep. I'm Steve. I assume in a station this small, you have to sort of train in parallel. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering, even if you're a communications guy, I've started to set the atmospherics and power generation back to order. But if you know how any of that works, or you can operate a manual, we know there aren't any of the killers in black below decks. If you want to go and facilitate getting the station back in order, that might help us look for and take care of whatever other antagonistic entities there might be up here.
All right. I can see what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Watch
a
out
little
for
bit.
dirt.
And stay away from the maintenance bay for now. There's something clomping about down there.
Oh, that's a
Gotta
good
go through
point.
the maintenance bay to get to the engineering area.
No, it's true. He's yeah.
Stay with us for now, but
Okay.
if you grab me or turn into dirt, I'm going to shoot you.
I ain't no dirt man, I can tell you that. But if you're getting off this boat, I want to go with you.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, we're going to try to get things in order here,
that's
and then we'll be leaving for sure.
that's once again a trip back of 375 light years at, we'll give you a price. I don't have my pad right now.
I would like
But
to retrieve some of the video recordings of these militant people docking the station, and then
Hmm.
maybe we will have leverage for if they ever threaten us.
yeah,
If
if
we
there's
get-
any fragmentary materials that's left in the smashed up machine, I mean, it looks like they were trying to destroy their evidence.
Yeah. Yeah, well, most likely. Uh yeah, if we can get the power back on, we can probably get some data downloaded.
I'm not sure that we can do that. You should see what it's like downstairs.
I mean, it's not as
It's like
messed
a
up as
jungle.
it is here. Steve, the other thing is that if you're gonna if you should move with us for safety, but you should also not badmouth the Horowitz children, all right? Or
Okay.
in any way be aggressive toward them, because they're the ones that made this possible.
Oh, I'm sure they're behind it.
They're not
I
behind it. They're victims, for
They're
Christ's
defending
sake.
themselves
you know.
from
Steve,
Trison.
you got to get on board with this, Steve, because I do not want you making the children angry and getting us all killed with poison nettles or some shit.
They're psychic.
The kids are okay. Got it?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't exactly seem convinced.
Oh.
Well, we can
Well, I'm gonna
always
try to
put him
convince
back in
you.
the trash can.
They're trying to convince you that you need to think that way for now.
All right.
Yeah, or maybe it's
Hey.
correct. If you'd like to return to your garbage bin, I mean, it worked for you so far.
No. If you're gonna get off this thing, I'm gonna go with you.
So
Yeah.
help me God, if you are a dirt man, okay.
Let's go.
And Steve, since communications is your expertise, do you know what the hell's in orbit outside that's blocking off all communications?
No, I don't. All I know is I was at the communication center. Everything went black. No explanation behind it. And
It's got to
then,
be a military drone of some sort.
yeah, I mean
Military now makes sense.
these guys were fitted out. They were full on military. I mean, it was pretty impressive.
Where the fuck did their ship go?
Don't know. I never detected anything coming in, so I'm
Do
not
you
sure.
think it's cloaked? I mean, do they have cloaking devices?
Yeah, no, that's
Mothership, you can
possible.
have whatever you want. Yeah.
That is entirely possible. I mean, we're not a very sophisticated station, so
No, you're
it's
basically Reno, Nevada in 1902. I wonder if
where's
they.
Reno?
Oh, it's a
It's
it's a
old
it's a
Earth.
place between places where nobody would be for its own sake. I wonder if they sent in a ground crew and now they're just hovering up there. Oh, hell, I hope there aren't more military guns.
If they didn't get what they wanted, they'd be here tearing the place apart.
Hmm.
Yeah, done plenty of damage.
Well, perhaps their ship is still docked on the other side. We just can't see it.
So even if it
Well,
was there and
we've
cloaked, they're
yeah, that's the
probably
thing.
all
It's
dead.
cloaked.
They're probably all dead, just like
Oh,
everybody
could
in
be
the
full of
Corinth.
plants. Yeah. All right. So I guess we're gonna. If I was a 17-year-old, I suppose I would be in the mall.
Ellen.
Yeah.
And Steve knows where everything is on this place, so now it makes it even easier than having a map.
Yeah. So
Take us to your mall, Steve.
not much of a mall, but come on. And
Mall for 23 people.
yeah,
It's for visitors.
it's for visitors. Yeah,
It's a duty-free shop for fuck's sake in space.
sells
pretty much.
sells expensive
Convenience store.
jewelry.
Yeah. So you head around to the mall, and when you get into this space, it's quite the scene. This is where the crew were brought and executed.
Oh, Jesus.
It is just bodies everywhere. You
I'll
come across 17 that are lying here in the
see if we can find access cards and stuff like that. What a horrible picture.
yeah.
Now it's a crime scene, so we're not going to be able to salvage this place right away.
We had that problem since the bodies in the Corinth, but yeah, this is the good news, I guess, is that the authorities are going to want to deny their involvement. So it's
a
just
big
going to be
universe.
space pirates or some shit. Yeah. I'm curious to see Tina's body to see if there's any distinction between the human corpse and the representation we saw.
Yeah, you can look around and you can actually find her body in amongst this scene. Um, yeah, it's a distinct likeness. It was her.
Maybe she was nice to the kids, and that's why they recreated her.
Yeah, she spoke well of them. The Revenant did. Are there any bodies of the perpetrators here? And what's the plant life like?
Yeah, the plant
So
life
we've,
is mostly along the ceiling and it's kind of hanging down
Uh-huh.
over everything.
am I right? We've accounted for 21 people now so far.
Mhm.
So there's 2 or 3 more people that we haven't accounted for. They could be anywhere. But
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And but you could look around this space and Mimi, you actually spot something quite interesting. Uh, you spot a synthetic rat, pretty good size rat. It's gold in color. It's really pretty. Um, it's currently not operational as it's nailed to the wall. Um, but it's a really pretty looking rat. You figure it might have been somebody's
Pat,
pet.
yeah, you put those into attack mode and they can really rip you up if
It is odd. Why would they nail it to the wall?
to keep it from ripping them up.
Hmm.
It's an attack rat.
Was it
I mean,
nailed
normally
in
they're
such a way
sweet.
that it would be unoperational?
It does have a port that you can access, so you might be able to get
Retrieve data? Hmm.
audio audio data from it.
Might
All
have
right.
independent power source inside there.
All right. I'm gonna plug into it and see what it saw.
Yeah. Um, the rat, um, it's only going to be audio what you get out of this rat, but it's definitely orders from various authoritative figures, ordering people around, moving people through the station, questions about the kids, where are they at? We know they're here. Uh, there's a lot of shouting, shuffling about, and then eventually you hear the gunshots that take them all out.
Yes, this confirms it, and I've made a copy of it into my databanks, but
Yeah.
they were here for the children.
Yeah. Yeah, we have evidence. We just have to find the kids and not die. Steve,
Yeah.
where if you were a couple of teens, where would you go? I guess that could be one of the bedrooms, right?
Yeah,
It's
there's a residential area where the crew stay, and there's also we have some like hotel rooms for people who want that kind of stuff, but it's mostly
Wouldn't
for
they?
crew.
Did the Horowitz kids have any credit when they got off the life raft? Or were
No,
they dependent on generosity at the station?
they had all they had on them was clothes on their back. That was it.
And
Would
I
it
know
make
you're
more
right.
sense? I'm sorry. Would it make more sense if they hid somewhere? They wouldn't do it in a place that the soldiers would search, like the bedrooms.
Well, I am
They'd hide in a
concerned of their
crawl space
mental
or something.
state. It would make more sense for them to try to leave the ship than stay on the ship, especially since they had these military crew sent after them to take them back or eliminate them. But why didn't they try the freighter?
I think they're hidden somewhere here
I
because they
mean,
still managed to make dirt people.
yeah, and also a life raft is kind of pre-coded. These kids were young when they were taken. They don't know how to fly a freighter. You know,
Yeah.
uh, as much as the operation of a ship is augmented by technology, you need to know how to put it in gear and
Yeah.
move it around. They don't know how
I
to
got
fly anything.
I got an idea. In my back pocket, I'm going to pull out my personal communicator device and set it to play music so
Okay.
that when I walk around, it sounds like music. It doesn't sound like somebody threatening walking down the corridor with a gun in their hand. Just
Okay.
something to ease their mind if they hear it, you know.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
that's assuming RP that you know the cells during which in which they were tormented for a decade while they were trained to be terraformers weren't playing old MacDonald had a farm 36 hours a day. You know, I don't know what's soothing. We're also short a lot of corpses in terms of the invasion force. So we have to, I mean, there's only a few places left to look. Let's move through the residential space.
You say we're short of a few corpses.
Where are the other dead?
Well, there's only maybe three left, right? We found 17 here,
Of
found two
the
downstairs.
workers, but we've also got four or more
Yeah.
attackers.
And
Yes,
we
there
don't
were
know
8
about
crew on the Corinth, so there would have been 6 more
Six
bodies.
more.
Mm.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
short a bunch of bodies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's do the residences. And by the way, if we find any, loose credits or something that you want to pocket, you know, nobody
Well,
here's
if they're
claiming
dead,
nothing.
but
I mean, all we're doing here at this point is maybe saving these children, but mostly cashing in on all the murder that happened. So,
first
At
thing we
this
do when we
point,
leave,
I'm
though, is
not
we send
sure
in
that
a.
we're going to get a payout for this job.
Mimi, I'm concerned about that as well. We have made some enemies.
Well,
But
we've got
the
to get
recording you've
something.
got is useful.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys move around and you head toward the residential area. And when you get into the residential area, it's a bunch of corridors and rooms. And as you move into this space, you can see that there are vines and stuff along the walls. There's also a lot of blood splatter along the walls. Looks like the doors to the rooms have been kicked in. Um, you do find at this point a few more of the soldiers. Well, I should say you find pieces of the soldiers. They have been adequately torn apart by the vines, and they are lying strewn about across the floor. You find at least 3 heads.
So the plants seem to differentiate between the soldiers and Steve. So
Yeah, and
there's some
Steve is
intelligence behind them.
wildly looking around. Like, this is actually the first time Steve is seeing this. He's been hiding in a trash bin for hours. So he's like,
And this is still in the residential quarters?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
you're moving into the residential quarters, and this is kind of where you see it looks like the soldiers moved into the space, started to do a search, and they were attacked themselves.
Good for the kids.
Yep. And Steve will say, well, we put the kids back in a room together back this way, so I can show you where their room is.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that, Steve.
Yeah.
So I want to add that we're playing the music and we're also calling out ahead of ourselves their names and saying that we're here to rescue them.
Yeah. And you get back into this part of the residential area, and Steve says, that one, that's the room we assigned him.
Uh, Charis, Luco, if you can hear us, we met your folks a few days ago. They were worried about you.
Maybe slide the picture under the door.
Good idea.
Okay.
If you're in there, here's a picture of your parents.
You slide the picture under the door, and you do hear movement inside toward the door. Sounds like somebody is standing right behind the door. And there's a male voice calls out and says, you one of them?
No, we're sent by your parents to retrieve you. They lost you 8 years ago. They've been looking for you for 8 years. They finally heard that you were here and they sent us to get you.
Okay.
You're both okay? Seems like they sent a lot of dangerous men to try to kill you.
Yeah, we escaped, found our way here somehow, and these people were nice enough to take us in. He's talking to you through the door still.
We have a ship. We're here to take you home.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna open the door, okay?
Okay.
And he slowly opens the door, and you can see that the he's got a SMG kind of pointed in your direction as he opens the door, and he's cautious. He's like, You guys are really here to save us?"
Yep. I'm Ratified Plumbus. You can call me RP. That's Dax.
And
That's
Mimi,
Mimi.
is your
And
sister all right?
yeah, she's right here behind me, and you could see uh she's got like a cap on. Neither of them have really any hair to speak of. It's really shaved, kind of close like mine is. And
Can I put my
they're
hands down?
yeah, I guess you guys are okay. Guess you guys are okay. Um,
Uh, we have a ship. Shall we go? We have no reason to stay here.
uh, sure. Let's get out of here. We don't have anything. And you can see they're dressed in Indian station uniforms that barely they don't
They
fit.
gave them. Right.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Have you guys eaten recently? Yeah, do we need to get you? You should be hydrated before we travel. This is Steve. He might be the only one from Inuit Station who's still alive after this
Oh
sons of
yeah.
bitches boarded you.
Yeah, we've met all the crew around around here.
Um,
Luca, could you tell me about Tina and how that works?
What about Tina? Have you seen her?
Well, a couple times, yeah. Do you know how the plants work?
No, no, I don't.
are you pausing the
Cheris,
plants?
do you know how the plants work?
I'm sorry. What
I
did you
asked
say?
I asked Cheris if she knew how the plants worked.
And she says, "No, no, we don't.
But are you causing the plants to grow so well?
No, we're not responsible for that. We uh, we don't uh, we don't know what that is."
We were told by your parents that the Trison company had done things to you. They didn't know what. They said you were psychic.
Yeah, they they thought we had some kind of psychic abilities, so they put us through all kinds of crazy tests and hooked up electrodes to our heads and made us drink strange things, and we were never really able to do anything they wanted us to do. I mean, as far as I can tell, we were complete failures at whatever it is. But they kept us around, and the food wasn't
Well,
bad.
it's a mystery. Who knows? But yeah, our
Yeah.
job is to take you home. So now here's the thing: the soldiers killed almost everybody on the ship. You know what that means on the
Yeah.
station? They killed them.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go through an area where there's a lot of dead bodies to get to our ship.
Yeah, we kind of know about what's happened on the ship. We're 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 really sorry about all that. That everybody is dead is we feel responsible for that kind of stuff. Um, we're I don't know.
Well, if
Um,
the children didn't cause the plants and the illusions, who did?
I don't know.
Luco, Jairus, we saw some cloven footprints. Have you guys been aware of a large humanoid with hooves at some point?
Yeah, we don't know what that is. We somehow made contact with it back at the other place that we came from.
Did it help you escape?
Yeah, it was responsible for it. I mean, we didn't ask it to do anything. It just kind of did.
Who was on the ship with you when you came here?
Well, it's kind of here and kind of not here. I don't
It's
know how I don't know how to
invisible?
describe it. It's I don't know.
Camouflaged?
We can't really see it. It just sort of comes and goes. It's like it's here, but it's not here.
You said you made contact with it when you were at Trison. Did you bond psychically with it?
Well, I wouldn't say that we contacted. I would say it contacted us.
Would you say it was friendly?
It is friendly to us. It seems not to be very friendly to anything else.
Let's move it along, and we can talk. You can tell us the whole story on our ship.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
As long as the big guy with hooves doesn't object to us taking you to our ship, because I don't want to.
I'm worried that it's connected to them.
Yeah, as much as we would like to go home to our parents, we think that's a really bad idea.
That why you went so far out?
Yeah, we were trying to just get away.
Yeah.
Whatever
Okay.
this is, it caused a lot of damage at the other place.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Do you know what it wants?
No. It kind of doesn't really communicate like we are now.
I think that we should go downstairs. Mimi, you should put the jump drive together. Maybe Steve and I and RP can assist. We can help the kids go farther out with their special friend. And we'll deal with the salvage situation here. Because it sounds to me, Luco, like you and your sister can't really move into the suburbs with your mom and dad and your giant hoof friend that makes plants grow everywhere.
No, we need to go somewhere away.
Maybe the things that they did to you at Trison attached you to this entity.
Well, I would like
And
to
it can
help
take
at
you
least
someplace.
find a habitable planet for them to go to.
I think that their friend can make any place habitable for them. Do you know where you want to go, Luco? Cheris?
Not really. I mean, we couldn't really fly the ship that we got on. We just
Right.
kind of punched
Yep.
a bunch of buttons and it took us away.
Right.
We got here and by luck.
Right. Well,
Could
I'm
you
a pilot.
excuse us for a moment and let us have a discussion here privately?
Sure.
Guys, that's not on our roster. We're not here to take people to other planets and get them comfy.
Well, we're
cozy.
not going to take them. We're going to reassemble the jump drive so they can get back on their luxury craft.
Nobody can fly it.
I don't think we want to piss off the thing that strangles people with vines.
Or turns them into dirt.
Downstairs.
No,
Get they
it's
just leave it here.
they just well, I mean, but then we don't get paid at all. Like
No,
I
we
could
could leave the thing here and take them with us.
don't think you leave the thing behind. It wasn't on the ship with them.
Right. They
It's
said
not
it's
it's
not here nor there.
it's not in our space. The kids are non-negotiable. The kids and the thing are one thing. The stupid scientists made the kids special, and the thing found the kids and it likes them. I don't know. We don't want to think about that, but they're okay for now. I mean, with it. So
Just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
we get the Corinth salvage. We get the salvage for the entire for all of Inman Station. We help them move away in a place that the army can't murder them.
Well, they have to go somewhere that's not habitated because this thing will kill whatever tries to go near the children.
If it's a large enough place, there's a lot of worlds that can be terraformed by whatever if the thing can do it. But there won't, even if there's people living there or colonies, they'll be on the other side of the planet. It'll take them 1,000 years to get to the where the kids are.
Not very long, really.
So as you guys are having this conversation, you have neglected and left Steve
Steve.
to his own vices. And one of you is happened to look in the direction of the kids, and you see Steve has got like something picked up, and he's going to try to attack these kids.
Steve, stop.
And Steve is kind of like in the zone, as it were, and he's moving toward these kids to get them. And behind Steve, you see this horrific creature come from nothing. It has antlers and a human skull, and it is made of vines and has rocks as hands, and it just smashes down upon Steve. And
We're not with him.
The two kids just start running. And of course, they're running toward you because you're toward the exit. But you guys can all make sanity rolls for seeing this
Green man.
this entity that
I'm apparently
looks-
okay with all of this again. So at last,
No,
No, I
59 is
failed.
not okay.
Yeah, I failed.
you guys could just do a D4.
Just.
Just a D4.
Oh, only one. Oh,
Three.
could kind of anticipate what's going on.
Yeah.
Plant man, we mean you no harm, nor do we want to harm the children.
Yeah, and it makes this guttural growl
Mhm.
in your direction.
We
And
want to take you to a safe place.
Yeah. The vines shimmer and shimmy around you.
This non-organic friend is good at putting things together. We're going to make the jump drive so you can go farther and you and the children can be happy.
And, the creature has not moved on your position. You have not been a threat to the kids. So that's a saving grace for you guys.
And frankly, I don't find Steve a great loss, so.
And he smelled.
I mean, he was
Did.
in a waste bin with himself
Why?
and terror.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? What a monster.
Well,
He
because he
wasn't
blames
very
them.
smart.
He
Yes.
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
So, children, I'm sorry, you're not children anymore. Um, uh, if you'll come with us downstairs, our friend Mimi can begin making it easier for you to move on, and you can tell us about where you'd like to go. I mean, you wanted to escape the place that you were being mistreated. You're young adults. You're bonded to a powerful alien plant being. Has it shown you any place that it feels comfortable in? Is there something that you want that? Because you I think have correctly assessed that it's not going to be easy for you to live in.
Yeah. No, I think we can just find a world somewhere and that would be good. Some backwater world somewhere. I'm
A
sure
lot
you
of them
guys
out
know
here.
one.
Well, should we also give them a communication device if they would ever want to speak to their parents?
They've got the
They
ship. They
won't
can
have,
put them on the ship. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. Well, we got to get on that. I'll help you with putting together the drive. Uh,
Yeah, in fact, we've got the whole freighter, so I can bring over some nice starting materials for the journey and the landing. I can get, a bunch of canned peas and also the genetic material to grow peas when you start your new planet.
you need
Tomatoes
to
and
do some
okra.
research and see if you can find an M-class world that's not inhabited out here.
I mean, the thing is that anything this creature lands on with them can, well, I don't know what it needs to.
Well, they still need an atmosphere and they need
I mean, it seems like you can generate soil atmosphere pretty quickly if it's got a rock in the habitable zone.
well,
Sounds like a plan.
But
So you guys can get the life raft up and running. Takes you a couple hours, but you get it done. You plot
program it. Yeah.
some planets, and the kids are able to choose one, and you can send them on their way, uh, as it were. Uh, you have possession of the freighter, and so you can haul it back to claim your prize, as it were. And the company Pegasus is very appreciative of it, and they do pay you quite well for the return of their ship.
And for all of the hardships we went through and all of the
and we can send a non-returnable telegram myticus to the Horowitz family saying, your children are alive and well and far away, and they have to be far away. That's what they chose. But they're grateful to you.
we love you, but they're kind of toxic. So stay away.
Yeah. And you read about Amiens Station in the news in the coming weeks about the mysterious things that happened there. A freighter showed up, discovered what was there. Actually, uh,
Well, we probably alert the authorities that there was some sort of massacre.
yeah, the news stories are very they ignore all the real strange bits.
Sure.
They just focus on the attack.
By the time
Yeah.
by the time somebody arrives, all that plant growth is probably dead and dying. Because
Probably
Groot's
so.
not there anymore.
And do I anonymously send the recording that I got from the ship to the authorities?
Sure.
Are we holding on to that for possible monetary gain later?
Yeah.
Sell it back to Trisun for a price.
Yeah, if you send it to the authorities, you read in the newspaper some conspiracy theory about Trisun and one of their experiments gone wrong and got loose on Immunant Station. You see their stock price takes a hit, stuff like that.
We should short sell them. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep, but that's the end of the scenario.
we saved the children.
Yeah.
And we didn't die. Yay.
I'm only a little bit crazier. And we're
No,
all
you're
better
fine.
friends.
Yes.
You don't often get a happy ending.
Yeah, so the story behind it, the Horowitz did sell their children to Trisun. The story they told you was what happened. Trisun believed, for whatever reason, the kids had some kind of powers. They didn't. But they put them on a clandestine lab to experiment on them. These experiments caused a connection between the kids and this creature from another plane of existence. And so the creature through the kids was trying to make its way over into our realm. It desires worship and subjugation, and it views the kids as a means to that end.
So those people living on the other side of the planet I mentioned are enslaved by.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have, again, as is usually the correct advice, nuked from space. Nuked from orbit.
I still thought we could get the kids on our ship, close the door, and leave before
Oh, that was the thing.
the monster could.
The monster is connected to the kids. So it's going to travel
work.
with the kids wherever. Yeah, there's no way to disconnect the kids from the monster at all. But the monster is very possessive of the kids, and that's why the plant life and all the murdering that it did.
So they're the new Adam and Eve of their own paradise, except that they're brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. How much genetic variety do you think there was? Cain and Abel's wives are not
Where'd they come
mentioned, but they're certainly not exotic.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for running out on short
very
notice.
welcome. I'm glad you
Yeah,
enjoyed
I
it.
like the story too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our
and
players
atmosphere.
included. Oh, go ahead.
No, I like the atmosphere too. It's fun.
Our players included Carrie Comer, David Gasaway, and myself with Julian Arbaugh as the game warden. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our Patreons, who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the strange and sometimes terrifying universe of the Mothership role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.